Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also, remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
Welcome to the GRG podcast.
I was about to stop before he said something.
You sure about that? Because we are live, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Absolutely. And we really do appreciate you still being in a piece of garbage, Sir X-Man. And you
know what? He talking about you, shit.
No, absolutely not. The host is always the most. And you know, listen.
Yeah, you are the most, all right. I saw you walk around that chair. You want to be a smarty pants.
That's all right. You know what I'm saying? If you had a woman, I damn sure take her. I know that. No matter how big I might be or small.
Oh, Lord, help me, Jesus. Keep dreaming, son.
All right, let's go. Next. What's going on, everybody? The GRG podcast.
About no woman.
That man is dreaming about no woman. That man, nobody. Anyway, what's happening?
The only people that dream about a woman are the one that's playing StellaBlade.
Oh, all right. Well, that part is true.
Yeah,
very much
what
true.
Sir X-Man needs somebody.
Oh my goodness!
Hey,
it's already.
You missed my joke. You missed my joke before you got here, man.
We don't want to. Please, we don't want to hear it no more. We don't want to hear it again. We don't want to hear it again.
Nothing. Dark liked it.
I bet it's appropriate.
Yeah, it is appropriate too. What I said, it was awesome.
Anyway,
okay, what's the quiz for today?
What's going on, everybody? The GRG podcast
How you doing,
is live.
Sir X-Man? Forget about what K-Mega got to say. How you doing?
Wow,
I'm good, brother.
That's how we do this now. Like, okay.
I love the way you put it to I Loke today, man. That was awesome. You put him in his place today, man.
Okay, all right.
I mean, love the way K-Mega just fell back like they're like, fuck it.
Fuck it.
I know, right?
I'm like, okay, whatever. Because I mean, we, you know, what I'm saying, our two new guys on the show. That one of them told us, hey man, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to hold on as much as I can. And if y'all want to have a conversation for the next 2.5 hours, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to sit there and let y'all cook. And then when it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Hey, please give super chats to KMega45 because the show has turned into an absolute hot mess because the only thing Sir X-Man is going to talk about is P. Diddy, and Ham is only going to talk about Loke and whatever Cozy ate today. I have no idea.
Jesus
anyway. So.
How about them yams, baby? How about them yams?
What's going on, man? Hey, we got our brother here. here. We got our brother back from his sickness, or he said it was sickness, but really I think he had a hangnail, and you know what I'm saying, and it just hurt on that big ass bunion.
He did
But
say
anyway,
that. He did say that. Yeah,
I did say that. So you know what I'm saying. So Husky Hokage, you know what I'm saying. Let everybody know what really happened. Was it the little toe? Was it the big toe? What was really going on? Because man, that man said all of a sudden, "Hey, Mega, I can't walk. I mean, my bad, I'm sick." No, what's happening with you, brother?
He was out there being a freak, and he couldn't help himself. So he's like, "I ain't going in today."
Okay, shut up, Sir
man.
X-Man. You making my ass itch.
You know,
Yo.
that's the wrong spot to itch, bro. What you been doing?
Can the man talk, please, gentlemen?
I got more questions for fucking Viper than I do for X-Man.
I'm already done. I'm already done for the night.
Listen.
I'm through.
See, ain't nothing changed in the week I was off, man. Good to be back. Yeah, I just listen. Last week was just a long week. Let's just put it like that. It was a long weekend. The weekend I had last weekend didn't even make it any better. I'm just happy to be here right now. I'm running on fumes, but I'm happy to be here.
Let's go, man. Let's go. We gonna get it in gear. We got some decent topics to talk about tonight. One, I'm just absolutely just infuriated to even talk about, but still, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about it. But you know what? We got our main man back, and you know what I'm saying, we had a great conversation earlier today. We was talking about Tomb Raider, which I was surprised Sir X-Man didn't see that conversation.
I saw it. I was just too busy to respond, dude. I was doing stuff.
And we won't go back into the weeds like Praxis said, but I mean it's but yeah, I love those type of discussions, you know, so especially when we having a good civil discussion. But what's going on with you, Dark? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Hope you had a good week. Everybody, and I forgot to even ask my brother. I'll ask him when we get back around to him. What you been playing this week? What's going on with you, Darth?
I've just been playing a little bit of Dragon's Dogma 2. I haven't been able to play too much, unfortunately. Got family stuff going on. I got a bunch of kids in their 20s showing up the house, staying up all night. So it's driving me crazy.
Give us some money.
Yeah, there's that too. Buying them dinner and shit, drive me crazy.
Nice, excellent. All right, so well, let me just go right back to him before Sir X-Man interrupts somebody else. Husky, what have you been playing?
Same thing as Darth, man. I've been playing Dragon's Dogma 2.
Man,
I am
just lost. You guys failed the gamers. You failed the gamers by playing that game.
Say what you will. That game is fun. I've been jumping from vocation to vocation, trying out different ones, man. The game is fun as hell, man. I played that, and what else? I think that's the really only thing I've played this week is that. I've been into that, man. I'm trying to I'm waiting on Tales of Kanzera Zao to drop. But Dragon's Dogma 2 has me in a chokehold, and I've been trying to play other stuff, but it's so much fun, man. I love a good RPG, and it's fun.
Excellent. I got it. I play it. I started it, but Tales of Arise has got a hold of me. I thought I'll beat it, and then I come to realize, oh no, I got to go to another planet. Whoa. All right. Well, to another place. So I was like, yo. So I'm there now. But yeah, that game got a hold of me right now. And then I don't know if it's going to be Dragon's Dogma or if it's going to be something else in the back catalog until HellBlade drops. But when HellBlade drops, everything gets put down. But all right, good news.
Absolutely.
Now, Viper, my main man. You know what I'm saying? The Brazilian nation loves you for that flag in the back. What's happening with you, brother? And what you been playing, man? Shout out to the Brazil.
All right. I've been recently playing Geometry Survivor and easy achievements, I shall say. Nice. So got all 1,000 of them, so that's good. Next thing that I'm moving on to, my God, I have no idea what I'm going to move on to next right now because you already know my backlog is huge. So I don't know. I got so much to do. I tried going back into Atomic Heart to see how that is. trying to get back in the Dead Space remake and go back and do Dead Space 2 and 3 on the 360. A ton of sales, like I said, but my God, the backlog is going to continue to grow. But then, just like you said, when HellBlade comes around, boom, everything else is getting dropped.
Yep.
I'm going to play HellBlade on the PC. So,
Mm.
yeah, no 30 frames per second for me, but it's going on PC.
you hush puppy. Anyway,
You ain't even gonna play it on the PC. Don't even try that.
What?
I listen. I'm going to start it off on my Series X. You low down sucker. Then I'll jump on my PC. So yeah, I will be playing it.
4080. So don't come on.
Thank God for cloud save. Thank God for cloud save, right?
I'm not capping. When I first boot it up and I'm playing it, it's going to be, and when I show the gameplay, it's going to be on my Series X. After that, we're not going to discuss that. But still,
okay.
You just
First
know that
of all,
I'm going to get them achievos on that box, though.
You still gonna get the achievements because it's gonna be the game.
I know.
Come on now.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not confirming nor denying. I'm just saying when I boot that game up and start playing, it's going to be on the Series X, and I might even record some stuff in from my Series S, so I could just show these haters out here what real games look like, and then I might go ahead and turn on the true Xbox, which is which is my PC. But regardless, it's nobody.
See, here's the thing.
True Xbox.
This is what I'm actually going to do with that. I'm going to plug in the HDMI cord to my TV. So I'll try and output HellBlade in 8K and see how that shit looks.
Let's go.
8K 60, baby.
Let's go. All right, man. Let's move on to this sapsucker over here. You know what I'm saying? This man over here was showing a picture of himself when he had her, and he was like, I wish I had my dreads. Well, why don't you grow them back, sucker, if you want them dreads? Anyway, Ham Solo, what's going on with you? What you been playing?
Have a dread. He had an afro.
Let's see. So Dragon's Dogma, NBA 2K, Tetris Effect, Connected, and FallOut. Since the TV show came out, I decided to go back and give it a try again because I only put 17 hours into it. Fallout 4. And I really wasn't big into it at the time when it dropped because it was right around the same time as Halo 5.
Of course, Halo 5 over everything.
And although Halo 5 is one of my least favorite Halos,
watch your damn mouth.
It was still like,
is he just?
It was still. I mean, let's be real. During that time, Halo 5 was, sucking the air out of the room.
Watch your mouth, boy.
What are you talking about?
Halo 5 is awesome.
I just said that it was sucking the air out of the room. There was nothing else that anybody really wanted to play at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I completely missed out on Fallout 4, but I hopped back into it, and yeah, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm having a really good time, and I realized this is gonna sound really dumb, but I realized that I went my whole first 17 hours without using the bats.
See, yeah.
And then I just started using the bats, and I'm like, this game is fucking lit. Those bats changed the entire experience. You get some dope video shots and whatnot. Everything. It's just a lot cooler with the bats and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's a really good game. No, I have not. I put about 25 hours into it, and then I never gone back. And I was locked into just building. I was over here just building, and then I was like, I've got to come back, and I'll come back and play it, and then I got caught up into Halo 5, and then that was it. And I've never gone back, but I plan on one day going back. It's just in the deep backlog. So, but I feel you on that. I've heard a lot of good things about the Fallout show. We'll be definitely talking about that. That's going to be our first topic tonight. But before we do that, we got to go to the senior statesman. You know what I'm saying? The man right there, Sir X-Man.
Old bastard.
Oh my God. What have you been playing, man? Other than looking at Stellar Blade's back end.
I have a PlayStation, so you can't say that. Been playing Lara Croft. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 2042, a lot.
Let's go.
And I'm enjoying it. And what else? Oh, and I binge watched last night every episode of Fallout. It's dope. And Hams even gave a rating for it. We'll talk about it later because he saw some of it.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. Now, no spoilers because I haven't seen anything. Now, listen.
We're not going to give you no spoilers.
All right.
I haven't seen it either.
But it's worth seeing.
I'm finna check it out, but I got some catching up to do because slap me across the face, ladies and gentlemen. But I have not even seen the episode, not one episode of Halo season 2 yet. I'm planning on getting on that and binging that here.
I've started Halo season 1.
I'm starting that. I gotta finish.
You're a pretender. You're a pretender.
No. I've been busy.
I love Halo. I'm a pretender.
I've been busy. Literally,
no,
I've been busy.
I'll tell you what it is. It's me being smart, not spending money on a subscription service and getting a free month of it before I decide I want to get it. So yeah, I'm gonna binge watch it while I got my free month. Thank you very much.
But I actually had Paramount.
Dumbest shit. I ain't never heard no dumber shit in my life.
Oh my God! Regardless,
there are other things on Paramount, dude.
It is, but regardless, I've had personal things. On top of that, I got sick, and then stuff like that. So I've kind of been out of the loop on that. But the one thing I have been caught up on is that damn X-Men 97. Oh my God!
Oh, did
episode
you see
5,
last week's episode?
Episode
wait, no,
5.
listen.
I'm not saying
no
nothing.
spoilers. I haven't seen episode 5 yet.
I'm not saying nothing. But
I
I promise you this.
Nothing.
But if I promise you this, if Marvel goes this route of how X-Men 97 has been written with the X-Men in live action, Marvel is going to not only be back but be better than what we seen with what everybody was excited about with the MCU when it first came out with Tony Stark and all them. Like, bro, that X-Men 97 is nuts. That last episode, and that dude said that it's just the beginning. So I'm stoked on that. No, I'm not saying nothing. But it was absolutely
What movie are you talking about?
X-Men 97.
X-Men 97.
Oh my goodness, everybody's talking at once. What?
The
X-Men
cartoon
97.
X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I seen that back in the day. Is something?
No, this is a new show.
Yeah.
It's a new X-Men. It's basically the sequel series to the original one.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
They just brought it out. It's only like a month, 2 months old, basically.
Yeah.
or a
I
month old.
remember I used to have the VHS where it had that like weird like you tilt the VHS and it like changes like the little color and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And it had like the,
holographic.
the holographic stuff and whatnot, and it had like the numbers on the side of it and whatnot, and they were like it was like in gold and silver.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
call
Shit
me
was
old.
super dope back in the day.
Yeah.
I wish I would have kept those tapes. I bet those things are worth some
Yeah.
cash.
Oh yeah, if
It
you
could
had
be.
them in good condition. Yeah.
Could be. All right, guys. Well, let's get to it. Okay, so the Fallout TV series is getting high reviews, and Fallout 76 is seeing the highest engagement on Xbox consoles. Why Halo isn't getting the same love that Fallout is getting when most people say Season 2 is fantastic. Let me go over here because, I mean, this man was gone last week. Husky, Kage, what's going on, brother? Your thoughts on this, man? Like, I know that you probably haven't seen Fallout, but there's not one person I've seen say anything negative, but the same with Halo, with the Halo Season 2. And I haven't seen an episode of that either, but both of them are highly acclaimed, but Halo doesn't seem to be getting the traction. What's going on, man?
Get him, Husky.
Listen, I think it's probably from that first season. A lot of people had mixed reviews from that first season of Halo, and they've been kind of maybe hesitant to go back to finish it. I've heard nothing but good things about the second season, and a lot of people also. I know when I initially watched the first couple of episodes of Halo, and I was thrown off by the Master Chief that we were getting, but I later found out like this is like a prequel somewhat to the Halo. Yeah. So it's before Reach. So once I found that out, okay, I understand now. I understand why we're getting a Master Chief where he's revealing his head, taking his helmet off, stuff like that. Like, 'cause I know that was one of my biggest gripes originally. Like, why is he pulling the helmet off left and right? Then I found out, okay, this is why we're getting this type. They're telling the story before Reach, so I understood, which made me gave me some clarity. But for a lot of people, they didn't understand that, and I think that part, and it just threw them off or made them hesitant to follow up on the show. Pretty much anybody I know that did finish season 1 said they did like it, regardless of whatever was going on. It still was a good season. As far as why it's not getting any hype, oh man, that's hard, and that's real hard because once again, Halo is a good series. Like the second season, I haven't started the second season yet myself. I plan on doing that. That's one of my things. That's one of my shows for the summer. Once my kids' soccer season ends,
started early.
Listen.
Hey, he's preaching, man. Let's go. He's preaching.
Once my kids' soccer season ends, that's one of my things to sit down this summer and binge watch to catch up on that. But I'm excited for Fallout as well. I'm not a big Fallout guy as far as
your kids can't watch that. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh no, we don't do that. No, they don't watch I watch stuff like that when they go to sleep. In either way it goes, that way I don't have to be disturbed. Hey, Daddy, what? Daddy, I don't have to get that when I'm watching TV. So I wait till they go to sleep, and that's when I watch my stuff.
Yeah, I want to stay focused.
Correct. So, but I'm not, as far as the Fallout games, I played a little bit of the Fallout games. I'm not big on Fallout. So I did have plans to watch the series, but after the reviews of everything and everybody, all the good stuff that's coming out, I'm watching it. I have to check it out. That's one of my things to do this year. I mean, probably check out the first episode and then decide if I want to go back in and watch, binge watch it. But the only thing I think that reason why Halo is not getting the love is because of that first season, and people haven't went back. Or they're missing out on how good the second season is because they didn't understand what was the basis for the story of the first season. They didn't realize, hey, this is before Reach. Like I said, I watched it, did not know this was before Reach. I'm just thinking, like, what are they telling their own story? Then once I found out, like, okay, I understand. I get it now. That makes me more intrigued, want to go back and watch it or want to finish it, whatever the case may be. But hopefully, we can get some traction on it. I'm hoping they do season 3. I haven't heard if they're going to do season 3.
Yeah, no, it already got greenlit for 2 more seasons, so it's solid.
Did it really? Halo?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
After the first season, they got greenlit for two more seasons. So yeah, they got a season 3 coming already. Yeah, go ahead.
But that's it. Now, that's the only real I can think that Halo's not getting the love that it deserves is because people were off of it from the first season because they didn't understand the story or didn't understand where the story was taking place. And that's the only reason. That's the only thing I can think of. But that's all I got.
Yeah, because for one reason, because it was at the time, because Yellowstone was Paramount's biggest show. Halo outperformed Yellowstone, so Paramount was like, "Yo, this is a hit. Let's go ahead and let's just green light this for 2 more seasons." So it's definitely going to have a third season. So and I've heard really good things about the second season. So yeah, so that's good. So for anybody that's concerned about if there's going to be another season,
haven't watched that one either, Kamiya?
What'd you say?
Oh, you did say you didn't watch the second season yet.
No, I've watched the first season of Halo. I haven't watched the second season. Like I explained, I've been busy. I've been had personal things going on. So, but let me go ahead and go to Ham Solo on this one. What is your thoughts? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Fallout, I don't know if you watched any episodes. Well, you just said you watched the episode of Fallout, so that's what got you to playing the game, which is something that you would think that get people to go on that.
4 or 5 episodes deep.
Mm-hmm.
The Fallout out of 8. And the show is so good.
It's
like it's really good. I'd say it's better than the Halo show.
Yes, it is.
Better than Last of Us for sure. I actually gave The Last of Us just a tight bump above Halo, just because of how tight the writing was. And Halo has 2 seasons, and I feel like if I was gonna rate it fairly, I guess it'd be I'm more or less waiting for Last of Us 2 to come out with a second season to really compare the two. But as of right now, since Halo kind of had that first episode in season 1 that had a good amount of action and they kind of veered more into story, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you're gonna get knocked for it, right? There's nothing wrong with it because that's going to build up into making the next season super duper good or something like that. So maybe that's their way of going about it. There's been plenty of different shows that did stuff like that, where season 1 almost is like a season 0 and season 2 is almost like a season 1, right? But the way I kind of explained it on my show earlier at TSWS is I took all of the video game shows that were recent. I excluded the movies because I feel like those are kind of different. But like I took Twisted Metal, Last of Us, Halo, and Fallout. And I said Twisted Metal is probably the lowest because it's so kind of off of like the story and kind of focuses so hard on almost one person, one character. So I gave that a 7, right? I gave the Halo TV show like a 7.5, 7.75, right? I still think that's fantastic. I watch shows that are like 5s. So like I'm okay with a 5 show. So keep that in mind. I then gave Last of Us just a tad bit above with the 8, just because of the acting. Pedro Pascal was phenomenal. They stuck really tight to the story. I just wish they were more ambitious and had more action in the actual show. Like, where the fuck are the clickers? Right? I want to see somebody fight clickers. And I didn't feel like there was enough of that. But Fallout took it to a whole nother level than all of those shows. And they got a 9.5 out of me, out of 10. Because what they did was they made it a purpose to put their foot down and wow you from the get-go. They spent high budget on audio. I thought there was sounds in different parts of my apartment. I had to pause the show because I was like, what was that creaking? I ain't never heard my Sony TV make that noise before.
They did theatrical sound design on it. They really did. Yeah.
They did an amazing job on sound on that. Because I was just like, what is, because I was hearing, and I was like, what in the fuck is going on?
I did the same thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Because I was laying in bed and I was like half asleep. So I was like, yo, what? Because I heard like a roar come from my TV and then it sounded like something was behind me. And I don't have surround sound in my room.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, I know my wife just didn't do that.
They use ambient sound in there. That's what they do.
So I rewound it and played it again and I heard the same sound. Bro, I had to do it a 3rd time. And I got up and walked to a different part of the room and I was like, okay, that is a TV. Because I was sitting there wondering, I was like, is there like a rat in my fucking wall or something? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
You heard the sound.
I live in a nice area of town. There should not be no rats in the motherfucking
house. When you heard the sound, did you do like what I did? And like, where's that coming from? Then you turn the screen and say, oh shit.
Your sound system's good if you got to call an exterminator after. You're going, what the fuck is going on?
Superior. The video, the VFX are insane in that show. The amount of detail that they went into making enemy character that's just gonna die, or like an explosion that goes off, from a shot or something like that. I'm just gonna be very broad like that because I want you to see it and feel it for yourself because it is nuts. Like the dementedness of some of the enemies and whatnot, like just make you just like, what the fuck?
They threw some of the boys.
By the way,
you could tell.
Ark Survival, Ark, the TV show series, I give that a 9.
Yeah,
go watch that as well.
I watched all
of it. Paramount Plus.
The what?
Go watch Ark, the animated series. Either you like the video game or not. It is.
It's good.
On the same level of Fallout, but for Ark.
I can't wait for season 2 for that too, Ham. I can't wait for season 2 for that one too.
I'm telling you, that show is fucked up too. And they got like they got a bunch of episodes to watch out for that on, as well on Paramount Plus. But I just got to give it to Fallout. And you had asked the question like, yo, so season 2 of Halo's so good, why aren't we seeing the reemerge of Halo like we are seeing with Fallout? Right. And I think it's just like a different demographic. Keep in mind, we live in a world now that's very intrigued by death. They're very intrigued by blood everywhere. Horrific shit. What's the things that you see the most, like, retweets or like comments on and stuff like that on Twitter? It's usually the most fucked up posts.
That's true.
It's usually like the worst post. You don't see anything about positivity. You don't see anything when it comes to neutral. Halo, and this is where they kind of take the step back a little bit from Last of Us. Last of Us, their rating in gaming is mature. So the show is mature. The rating for Halo in gaming,
teen. It's not everyone.
Exactly. So what's the TV show that you're gonna get? Teen.
Well,
and people aren't really.
But the show is way graphic. The show is
mature
than the game.
The show can be mature, but it doesn't veer into that utter disgust that Fallout is.
Okay.
And when I'm telling you utter disgust.
Oh God, he ain't lying.
Utter disgust.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Yeah.
Right now, that stuff is popular, bro. Shows like Dexter, shit like that is popular.
The boys, totally graphic.
When you add comedy and like some sort of nostalgia, I think it's just like it's perfect.
Okay.
It just is.
Yeah.
All right, Sir X-Man, since you still want to keep talking, let's go ahead and get your perspective.
Are you so quiet all of a sudden?
Yeah, why are you quiet all of a sudden? Go ahead.
He got the floor. He wants to.
Yeah. It's your floor. It's you know. What's your thoughts, man?
I know, right? You might as well ask what my thoughts are real quick. So
right. I need to just probably go to Viper, so then he'll go ahead and start talking.
There we go, gentlemen. I had to put on the Mogwai shades for this.
Oh, okay. All right. Let me bring out the Mogwai.
Let me go to sleep.
Let me tell you,
disrespect Last of Us for no reason.
I'm not even going to talk about Last of Us. Ain't even in this.
Does that mean you can't get them wet? Sorry.
No Diddy, no Dap. But
come on, man.
But that game, that show, Fallout, I was not expecting what I saw. I'm not gonna give y'all anything away, but you already know it's rated M or whatever they call it over there. The guts, the blood, and the story that goes with the blood with it is so explained in the game, which normally you see in shows where, all right, they give a little blood and they don't go into deep detail about the blood and why they're doing it and stuff like that. They gave a lot of detail for why they're doing it. And the one favorite thing that I liked, they let you binge watch the whole show instead of waiting week after week after week for each episode. So you could keep with the flow of the show theme through all those 8 episodes. That keeps you involved. It makes you not want to kind of really stop watching it. Ham was dead tired, and he couldn't stop watching an episode. You know, just like me, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go to the next one. And I'm like, I'm going to go to the next one. I know I got other shows to watch. I haven't seen anything do that in a long time. I give Paramount for doing that, not make you wait week after week after week like some people do to try to keep their subscription. They dropped it all in one shot. Applause for Amazon for doing that for people. Applause. The game story, the show story was amazing. I wasn't expecting that what I saw. You know, it went from one section to another section within the storyline, and then you started to see the changes. I'm not giving nothing away. But that ending, I'm not giving nothing away. That ending makes you want more. A lot of shows don't really do that. Movies do that, but a lot of shows, Amazon shows, really are good at that. Make you want more of what they made. Like, we're still waiting on season 4 for The Boys, but they did such a great job graphically, acting wise. The people acted their characters perfectly, and when you get to the twist near the end, and it'll blow you away. And it builds up from the third, the fourth part of the third, part of the, you guys are gonna see it. I'm not giving that part of the fourth, and then it starts building after that. The storyline of Fallout, they did that right, and you very rarely see them do that right. Everything's explained, detailed, and just totally. So the mantra is, you can't help. Sometimes you cheer for some people in that show. And my rating is for this. I thought Halo was pretty good, and yes, I thought Twisted Metal was pretty good in its own right. But I'm not gonna give those ratings. I've done it before. But this one, and I hate to say this, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. That show series was that perfect, and I can't wait for the next season. I'm done. Move out. And if you haven't watched it, you better find a way to watch it. Go to your friend's house, binge watch it with them. If you ain't got Prime Video, you gotta watch it. It is so worthy. So worthy. I'm done. Move on.
Until you interrupt somebody else.
Shut up, K-Mega. Go eat a, you know what? You need a cupcake. You need a cupcake right now.
I have my diet Sunkiss. Let's go.
You mean you ain't had no cupcakes in a while?
No, I have not.
When was the last time you had a cupcake, K-Mega?
Probably about 4 months ago, 3-4 months ago.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have brought it up because you're gonna go get one tomorrow. I know you.
No, I'm not. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
I'm proud of you, young man. I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead.
You're still evil. You still evil, but I'm proud of you.
Of course.
Okay, now I'm done. I'm muting. Now I'm done. Go ahead.
How long is he going? Darth, how long you think he's going to be muted? Let's go. Look at okay, Darth. What's happening, man? What's your thoughts about this whole situation with Fallout, and you know, why is Halo not getting the same type of traction?
Well, I honestly haven't seen very much of Halo. I've seen enough of it. It didn't resonate with me as much as most people. I don't know why. I think the production design and this may be part of explaining some of it too. The cast it wasn't compelling to me. The cast really didn't draw me in. The guy who played Master Chief, he did okay, but it was kind of just generic guy that did it, and he did pretty good, and it got better. But I don't know, something about it just it felt cheaper, I guess. And when you compare it to what I have seen, I've seen a little bit of an episode, and I've seen like the trailer for Fallout, and you could see immediately how much money was poured into that versus Halo. Halo did not have the same kind of production. You have Goggins, who plays the villain in Fallout. Well, kind of the villain, but he plays the ghoul. Mm-hmm. So he plays this main character, and that actor, he's an incredibly good actor. So you have another higher caliber of acting that's going into Fallout that's going to draw people in. I think the girl that plays essentially the main role is a very compelling, interesting character. So you have somebody that you can invest in immediately, as opposed to Halo that kind of, like I said, I watched it and I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, interesting. And then it didn't draw me in. It just made me kind of go, well, I don't want to finish it really. I'm not as compelled to watch it. And from what I've seen of Fallout, which I want to watch, I will be watching probably this weekend. I'll probably finish it. I heard Loke. He came on the show I was on before this, and he could do nothing but gush about just watching the 2 episodes he watched. And he said he watched them several times. Wow. He kept watching them because he was so blown away by everything. And he's like, he can't wait to finish it. But that in and of itself was an incredible endorsement for the show for me, But I think a lot of it's production design. I think it's caliber of the actors that they put in it. I don't know if also Paramount was really putting the resources not just in funding, but with the people and taking it as seriously. I mean, it looks like they did take it seriously, but maybe not as much. Not quite as much as Fallout, it seems. And I think that in season 2 of Halo, it sounds like it's stepped up, but you have people that have gone through season 1 and maybe were a little more like me and just weren't compelled to keep watching, or maybe they got through it and they were like, that was pretty good or whatever, or there were a lot of people I know loved it, but there were maybe more people, like I said, like me, that just weren't drawn in as easily. And then Fallout is an immediate, it could be like Ham is saying, it appeals in another way, a kind of visceral way, as far as the violence, as far as drawing people in, more of a Walking Dead filling that role that's missing in a lot of ways. And people want to see a little bit more. That maybe that is getting into that demographic a little bit better. And that may be why it's getting more success. I'm thinking it's probably a combination of a lot of those things. There's also how much competition is out there for all kinds of different shows, from sci-fi to horror to everything. And I think you got to see what's out there and what people want, and these aren't kids shows, but I say kids and I mean young adults who are watching these things, who are interested. These shows are competing with stuff like anime, which is really drawing a lot of people away from traditional shows like this. So you've got to see what's going to really stand out and draw people in. And I think, it sounds like Fallout, it's hitting all of these things. It's a property that really hasn't been done like this before. I mean, Halo could say the same thing, but it's been out for a while, and there's been shows that have been kind of leading up to this. And then Fallout is a game show. It's another one. But for whatever reason, it's really like some things you can't explain completely. There's some kind of special, something special about it. And it sounds like this one just hit the mark perfectly. So, I mean, that's a big part too.
I mean, everybody's making compelling points. I enjoyed the Halo season 1 because it was so different. I want Halo to get further away from Chief as possible, because Halo, because I think that was the curse of Halo. Not saying that Master Chief is not a badass and is not one of the greatest video game characters in any game, or if it's done properly in a movie or whatever, that he wouldn't be one of the best. My thing is that when you think of Star Wars, right? Like, everybody may like Luke Skywalker, but he's not everybody's favorite. Like, it could be Darth Vader. It could be it could be Obi-Wan Kenobi. It could be there might be people that like Jar Jar Binks better than everybody else. Like, I'm just saying that's where Halo needs to get to in order for them to move past Master Chief. Master Chief is at the forefront, but I think Halo should be bigger than the Chief. I've always said that. I'm going to continue to keep saying that. So, and there's people that will disagree with me on that, but I think that's probably one of the things, because I've seen somebody post it, and I posted it up here earlier, where they said it wasn't enough Chief. It was more about their team, which I'm excited about, because I can't wait to see more of Kai with her thick self. But But no, I'm looking forward to it. But I enjoyed the first season. There were some parts that was annoying. The little girl, it was cool, and then it got annoying, and then I'm trying to figure out what's going on with her. We'll see what's happening in season 2. I am looking forward to Fallout, though, and yes, I had to put up what Fahim said. Listen, if you guys have not seen X-Men '97 yet, please go see it. Please go see it. It is, man, it is legit. Woo! Mm-hmm. It's legit. All right, so let's go to you, Viper. Perfect picture. Sir X-Man stepped away, or he's asleep. I don't know. But
take advantage of the moment.
Advantage.
I told you I was on mute and I was being quiet. Now you want to talk crap when I'm being on mute and being quiet. Make up your damn mind.
We just did see you. We didn't know if you went to the upper room or not. So you're still here. Good to know. All right, Viper, your thoughts about this, man?
So I didn't see it. I'm currently binge watching Halo. I will jump over to Fallout after I finish binge watching Halo. And yeah, that's it, basically.
He
And
said
yes,
that's
there's some parts of Halo that is mature. So
Mhm.
I never understood how, you know, Ham Solo said it was T for teen. I mean, granted, the games are T for teen, but the TV series is mature because you ain't supposed to be showing Master Cheeks or
Have you seen Fallout yet?
No, I haven't seen Fallout yet.
Well, it shocked.
I rest my case.
Halo
but
shocked the hell out of me though when you seen the kids
I rest
body
my
get
case.
splattered. So I don't know. But go
yeah,
ahead.
when you at the opening of Halo, and you saw that kid get blown up.
I was like, what?
Seriously.
Yeah, I was like,
saw
oh
that
shit.
you saw multiple kids get blown up. Come on now.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's
light
adult.
work. Light work.
I don't
That
care.
is light work compared to Fallout. That's
Yeah.
light work.
The fact that you have teenage
Compared
kids.
to Ark Survival, the first episode.
I'm gonna show you this GIF right now. So the fact is that you see teenage kids getting blown up by blasters. Come on now. That has to let you know already that sets the tone from the beginning. Now, granted, as I'm going through Halo, it has kind of gotten a little bit, toned down, but I still think there's more to go with Halo. And like I said, I'm only in the first season right now, so I haven't seen all of it yet. And Fahim, shut up with the Master Cheeks, okay? You love Master Cheeks anyway, so shut the hell up.
Oh my gosh.
Hey man, hey. I'm on your side with this one, Viper, because the only people I see talking about those cheeks seem to be PlayStation fans. I don't know what y'all watching.
Man,
I don't know what y'all went
I
there
was
to
watching
watch, but I didn't go there to
cheeks
see.
and that little
remember,
covenant girl, the girl that was with the covenant that Chief smashed.
You saw her naked. You saw Master
like
Chief
those
naked.
cheeks I was seeing. I don't know about.
Come on now.
I don't know about Master Chief. I once I seen that, I let my wife watch that. I turned my head. I like, is it over? Okay, good deal. Good deal. So, all right.
But
man.
no, so I will go ahead and watch the Fallout series. I do have an Amazon account, so I will be able to see it. Right now, I'm just getting I'm gonna just finish up Halo Season 1. I may jump to Fallout and then go back to Halo Season 2.
Yeah.
But basically,
what you want to Fallout, man, you cannot stop, dude. I'm serious, my friend.
Okay, calm down. Calm down. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing, okay? You do you, and I do me.
Oh, well, all in all these shows that's been coming out are fire, bro.
Yeah.
All of these shows are good. I was just giving them a rating in my personal opinion, but there's not one that I would have passed up on.
Now, okay, before we get on to our next topic, and this is an open discussion. I mean, is this right here is where it's funny to me because Xbox was trying to do this in the beginning, and with the Xbox One generation, but there was so many people talking about TV. Now we're looking at this a generation later, and everybody's now, we need more TV. What the hell happened? Like, I mean, I would have loved to see Quantum Break.
Yeah.
TV series. I would have loved to seen a Rise series. I would have loved to, that might have brought some attention to Recore if there was an animated series or something for that, or a State of Decay animated series or something like that. Like, I just feel that there was so many potential shows that could have had potential to get out and maybe help the games. Like a Bleeding Edge animated show or something. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, so, what happened? Why people are now all into it now than what they were last year?
The reason why, and we've talked about this before, Microsoft is always in the future. They're not dealing in the present. And the time that they bring out stuff, people are not ready for it. The stuff that you see now going on in the console market, Microsoft had this in the Xbox One generation. The things that you see now with Siri, with Alexa, and all of this stuff, we had that with the first Kinect in the 360 generation. So you mean to tell me that Microsoft is this forward thinking with the TV stuff, and they're so forward thinking with the power of the cloud thing, And now it's coming to fruition, and people are now just getting a hold of this. You mean to tell me that all that number one is following number three? You think that, I mean, this is what we're talking about with everybody else copying Microsoft when it comes to certain things like innovation of tech and things like that. Now I know everybody used to copy Nintendo because Nintendo were innovators of a lot of tech, but now everybody's copying Microsoft. They see that Microsoft is forward thinking, and now they want to jump on the bandwagon now when the rest of everyone is now ready for it to occur. Because if it's Microsoft bringing the stuff out, nobody gives a damn. But then if it's somebody else bringing that stuff out, you can go ahead and trace the roots right back to Microsoft and say, hey, Microsoft was thinking about this stuff long before Sony or Nintendo ever thought about it, or even Google, or even any of the other companies like Apple. Microsoft was thinking about this stuff long before. Go ahead.
Anybody else want to touch on that?
No, I'm just enjoying that games are getting better. Remember game shows are getting better. Remember the first movie, Mario Brothers.
You just said no, and now you're gonna get into a spiel. Go ahead, Rex, man. That's okay.
No. He got into a spiel. How come he's allowed to get into a spiel and I can't just say something?
The first thing you said was that you didn't have nothing to say, and now you're about to get into it. Go ahead.
You said anyone, no.
I know. I just asked. Go ahead, Rex, man. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Those of us old enough to remember, the Mario Brother movie was okay at the time. But at the time, the movie that set it off, that really made them start making video game movies, was Mortal Kombat, the first one. The very first one. And don't knock it for the way it is now compared to the way it was.
There was also Street Fighter.
Oh, really? God.
Let's forget Street Fighter. Let's forget Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat movie was better than the Street Fighter movie.
Yeah. Please, let's not bring that.
Raul Julia
not the second
Bison.
one.
And the Jean-Claude Van Damme is what's his name? But Mortal Kombat set the standard for how, even though the graphics is way back then, so you don't take graphics like you take them today. That set the standard of games that movie games or shows should be the template for to get you immersed. So now these games are movies now. Even The Last of Us is starting to get you immersed. So they do better. I'm sorry, they do better today with TV show versions of these series than they do with the movies now. And they see it, and they're putting more polish, more finish, and they've got more time to make it right. That's why they do it episodically, except for Amazon, who did everything one after one. But
go ahead.
That's the difference now, and that's what I love. It ain't about what Microsoft wants to do. It's about what the developers and the people that make these movies want to do. It doesn't matter what game from any console, anywhere. If they make the game good for a show or a movie, this is where we're at now. And I'm loving the new polish they're putting on games because they couldn't do it before because they didn't have the graphics or the technology to do that back then. So I'm enjoying what I see, and that's all I can say from any console, anywhere.
All right, I disagree 100%, but I'm just saying because
whatever you would.
I do because I enjoyed watching the hell out of the Quantum Break shows during when I was playing the game.
Yeah, I think that would be a good movie too. I
enjoyed it. What did you?
It was supposed to be a TV series.
That's what I'm saying. Like did you guys enjoy it, or did you guys look at it as?
No, the Quantum Break was good, dude. Well, I don't care what these people say.
Well, I'm asking the panel, like Darth or anybody else. Did y'all enjoy it?
I thought it was good. I thought it was. I thought it was good. As far as like you, and even what you mentioned, like as far as how it is now, I think what it was back then during the Xbox One generation, I think it was more so. And granted, they're forward thinking, but people were so thrown off by we're going this. We're doing all this to incorporate the TV because I remember like the Xbox One generation. And I enjoy my Xbox One. You know, where you can have your TV, your cable running through like your Xbox, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they wanted, like, they had the vision of it being a multimedia system. Like it was for you to play your games, watch Netflix, whatever. You know, all that stuff was supposed to be incorporated or encompassed or whatever the case may be. But I think people weren't ready for that. You know, they're you know, like you still have people nowadays. Like even now, like should I go digital or should I buy physical? You know, I don't want to. You know, don't want to buy digital because I'm gonna lose my media if I don't buy a physical copy. So you know, like I said, people were more hesitant about just switching from. Well, man, I don't know if I want to do that. And then the price tag of the box itself, you know, just left people like. And here comes Sony, right behind them. Oh, they charging you that much? We only charging this much for our box, and you can do this, and this, and play these games on this box. But now, as far as now, you mentioned the State of Decay. Like I love State of Decay, by the way, but I would love like an animated, like something like that. I think that would be dope. You know, you don't want to get in the realm right now. Well, I thought it was gone, but it's not. Like The Walking Dead, like you don't want to do kind of that route. But if you can do, you know, take it animated route and do something else, I think that'll be dope. And some other stuff like I said, you don't necessarily have to make a live action show for everything. Right. But if you want to do, you know, to get some hype, like I said, I wouldn't mind a Quantum Break show. I wouldn't mind like an animated State of Decay. I wouldn't mind a Rise. Like, and saying, bringing that up, it makes me think of a show that used to come on Stars, Spartacus.
Oh yeah,
when
Spartacus
I tell you,
Spartacus.
When I tell you,
oh man,
don't talk about Spartacus.
Oh man, if they did Rise like Spartacus,
if you can give me a Rise show like that, man, listen.
Oh man,
listen.
Tough.
I'm waiting on them to do Rise too. That's one thing I want. Listen, I know you know Phil and Rick. Hey man, ask them to make a sequel to Rise, please.
Man, it's coming. It's coming.
Listen,
it's coming.
Okay.
Just like when I was telling people Killer Instinct, just like I told people Killer Instinct 2 was coming, Rise is coming, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming.
I'm buying it day one.
Now, as long as I could try to get the people that know the people at Microsoft to get them to work with to work with oh my goodness, why I can't think of them right now, to work on another Quantum Break. I mean, they're all in the control and everything else.
Remedy.
Yeah. I don't know
Remedy.
about that one. Yeah, or I would love to see.
It is all part of the same universe, though. So
it is.
Yeah,
but there's another Rise coming. Trust me on that one. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's keep it pushing. Final Fantasy Rebirth. Hey, Ham Solo. I finally got my answer. I've been asking PlayStation Nation. You know what I'm saying? Fahim, you had a great point right there, but now it's time to cook you. I've been asking my PlayStation brethren out there, hey man, where's these Final Fantasy Rebirth numbers? Well, here we go. Final Fantasy Rebirth user data suggests the game has surpassed 2 million copies since launch. Is this considered a flop? Man, you know what? I know you've been sitting here patiently waiting, and this is going to introduce you into the messy. So let's come on, Darth. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Praxis. What is your thoughts about this? Is this a flop, considering this being exclusive, a big, huge title that Sony's been promoting, and it's exclusive? What do you think? What do you think?
They got to open up the books. You got to see how much they've been spending on the game. I mean, if we know what the budget is, if we know what they poured into it, then we get an idea of where we're sitting as far as what they made on it. To me, compared to like something like Capcom puts out, they put out a game and it does triple to quadruple those sales, and you're seeing it, you know, like friggin' Monster Hunter World did an incredible. It's like one of the best selling games of all time that Capcom ever made, and I don't know. I think that the market for Final Fantasy is a little oversaturated. I think they've got so many games out there. They were kind of impacting themselves. So, and yeah, it's on it's on the platform it is, and it's not branching out as much, or it gets exclusivized to the point where you aren't reaching a bigger market. And I think these companies have learned a little bit that they're losing money. They've got markets, so they get people that would definitely buy it. You know, Xbox people would be buying it like crazy, and maybe the install user base isn't as high. And if I would say the only thing that would save them would be if the Switch or the Switch 2 is out and they had a system that was powerful enough that Nintendo made, because they put their shit on Nintendo, that they could actually put it on to help offset that. But they can't. They can't put that same product. They got to put a watered down product to work on the Switch. So they can't do the same thing to recoup that investment. So I think, I think they're struggling a little bit, and it's I don't know, it's not hitting the demographic in a lot of the PlayStation users. A lot of people I know love it, but they're kind of the niche players. You know, the vast majority, unfortunately, of a lot of PlayStation users tend to be, you know, what is it, Fortnite and Call of Duty players. There's a lot of those people that play the games, that buy the systems, and they like the exclusives for it, but really they buy it just for that. They buy it just to play those, and they're not going out and buying these in mass. And so you don't see the numbers like Call of Duty does. And they're, it's not drawing the same people in, even though it's a great system and it works just as fine, just as well. But then it doesn't reach the audience that we're seeing that it seems Microsoft has with Xbox fans, that they're more voracious. They want a larger variety, and they're buying these games. So
Great point. And I will tell my Xbox brethren, man, when Fortnite, I'm not Fortnite, but when Forspoken comes to Xbox, support the game. The game is hot.
It won't.
If this game, no, it's coming to Xbox. If
the studio shut down,
if you don't
do any more work on it,
I think that there'll be a port. I really do think there'll be a port. But if you know what I'm saying, but support it. If it doesn't, then unfortunate. But if it does, because I feel like it will. I don't know. You might be right, because the studio did shut down. But I think that if it just support it, because even if you might not dig the story, because I had a problem with Frey, like her attitude, the way that she was in the beginning of the game. But then she, you know, it's one of those kind of games where that character grows up. But the combat in that game and the parkour and stuff that you do in that game is incredible. But anyway, Viper, I'm going to go to you. Your thoughts about this Final Fantasy situation, man? I mean, I was wondering why Sony wasn't bringing out these numbers, and I don't know. Do you consider it a flop? I mean, it's they're saying 2.5 million. There's people in here in the chat that's saying no, it's not a flop. But Sony lied about the console sales. I don't know, man. If the game sold more than 3 million, I think they would have said something. But it isn't doing better than Final Fantasy 16. What's happening, man?
So let's go ahead and break this down, because I was just about to type it and put it into the chat, but I'm going to read off what I just wrote. So I said, roundabout guess for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, if they sold 2 million at $70, just if, because, you know, people will get it on sale and stuff, but if they sold 2 million at $70, that's 140 million. What is the cost for development? And we know how overbloated these development costs are getting. That's the reason why they making it $70. Okay, so if we see that, let's look at Spider-Man 2. Over $380 million to develop that damn
ridiculous.
game.
How much
Very
was
ridiculous?
What for
Over
Spider-Man?
$380 million to develop Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
That was ridiculous.
So
way overbloated.
So tell me, what, with all that they're doing now in an open world Final Fantasy VII rebirth of it. So you tell me, they went from stuck in Midgard, and that was the first one. Now they're getting out of Midgard, and they're going open world throughout all of the land. You mean to tell me that didn't raise the cost up a little bit more? You mean to tell me that the 140 million that they just made off of these 2 million units that they sold, do you think that even do you think they even broke even on that? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
So in essence, if you want to call it a flop, there's your reasoning for calling it a flop. I'm not saying it in terms of fanboying. I'm telling you the main facts of it. If this is what they're considering a success, then yes, their development cost was low. But if it wasn't a success because the development costs were high and they didn't even break even, there's a problem. So in essence, yes, that will be a flop. Now, I don't really know, and nobody else knows what the development costs are. But right now, you just got some hard numbers just by doing simple math. You got they are touting 2 million units sold. This damn game came out at $70. Now, if there was like a deluxe version or a other types of versions to it, we're just doing just the base of $70. So, and this wasn't even on PC either. This was just PlayStation. And you have how many PlayStations out in the wild?
Supposedly 50 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Supposedly 50 plus. So you only sold 2 million out of 50 million.
Yeah, it's a little
Plus.
lower attach rate there.
Exactly.
A little low. Yeah.
So once again, no fanboying. This is just straight facts with numbers to back it up. So Fahim, you can shut the hell up in the chat. Right now, you've got 2 million, maybe 2.5. I'll be generous. I'll say 3 million. But still, there's 50 plus million, supposedly, PlayStation 5s out there. Come on. That's still not breaking even. We already know these costs are so overbloated. Why do you think, oh, they sold 2 million? How long has the damn game been out? Anybody know?
Yeah, it's been
been
over
2
a month.
months?
It's almost been close to 2 months. It's been over a month and a half. For sure.
And then when they were trying to tell us that Spider-Man,
it's right around 2 months. Yeah, because it came out in the middle of February. Yep.
Thank you. Because remember what they were trying to talk about earlier with Spider-Man 2 being like the fastest selling PlayStation exclusive ever. And then we come to find out, nope, it's not. Because y'all was lying. You were lying about that. Said, oh, it sold 5 million within the first 3 days or the first 2 days. No, you didn't. You didn't sell that much in the first 3 days. You tried to say that it sold this much in the first week. Nope, it didn't. And so now we come to see Final Fantasy VII, an exclusive, and you've only sold 2 million, 2.5 million, maybe 3 million. I don't know. I'm gonna give it a little leeway, but that's still, with the popularity of PlayStation around the world, with the popularity of Final Fantasy and Square Enix, that is still a fail. It's a fail, and like I said, it's not fanboying. This is just pure hard facts.
Yeah. If and what Fahim was saying, it said it's still it's still selling. If it's still selling, then we're not seeing it. And if you're talking about when it goes on sale, then it's getting, then
you
can find Forspoken at the store too. It's still selling.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not selling up to $70.
No,
it's at the bargain bin.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So
especially the ones they threw out in the trash. You can still get those for free.
Immortal Phoenix Rising still selling.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, stop that!
$5, but it's still selling.
It was the deluxe edition 8. Lord have mercy. Anyway, all right.
But you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
With all of the stuff you guys just said right there, you see what I'm talking about. Where
they count that stuff though. They do count that stuff. Like I got, what was it, Devil May Cry 5 for like $15, and then a few months later they're like, we sold 5 million, and I was like, I see what you did.
But Ham Solo, like you just said, you bought it for 15 and they're still counting it. But then again, are you breaking even? Have you broken even already, or is this just later on then you'll start to break even and make a little profit? No, we're talking about the here and now. When it's at the highest price that it is, which is the $70 price you decided to bring it out at, are you selling it at that amount? And if you're not selling right then and there at the beginning, and then you have to put it on sale and then you sell, that's a fail for you. And that will also tell these publishers and that we are not spending that much money on games that we don't find interesting. Or if you're going to jack up the damn prices, we're not buying it. So now they're seeing that, hey, maybe we don't need to be charging the $70 damn. So anyway, I'm done.
All right, Sir X-Man, go ahead, man. What are your thoughts about the Final
Okay.
Fantasy?
One thing with that survey that you just brought up, this is based on users playing the game. It's not on game sales. It really is not on sales. It's on 2 million users playing the game. Now, they don't explain if those users are part of game share, some of them, or
Oh
part
shit!
of what
Oh,
people bought. So the
I didn't
users
think about
still
that.
count. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's sad?
Oh man,
And
come
don't
on,
freak
man.
on me. Tomb Raider Remastered has
Oh.
came out at the same time and sold more than Final Fantasy. There are over 23 million sold on Tomb Raider Remastered, guaranteed sold now. So there's no excuse for that. A big Final Fantasy game getting beat by one of their retro games from the past being remade. There's something wrong with that picture. So this, like I said, this score this thing that they put out was only based on users. So they're throwing it out to assume that's how many people bought it. No. But they don't think about it. You know how Sony likes to pull the wool over their stats sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
these ain't even from Sony. Sony ain't said nothing. They've been quiet. Them and
I
Square
know.
Enix. So that's
So
what's made
somebody
this.
else had to pull that out, right?
Well, yeah, because they were concerned too. Everybody, I'm sure that analysts and other people are trying to like, hey man, let us know something. And
Y'all need to be concerned over there because y'all ain't practicing what y'all preach. Y'all ain't buying those games.
So X-Man, you cannot use logic and you cannot reason with these idiots because the fact is they're gonna talk shit like they always do, and it's just gonna be nothing that's in their brain that's coming out of their damn mouth.
I'm a Trekkie. Spock taught me how to use logic. All right, these ponies don't know about logic. All right, I'm done. You can move on. I just wanted to put that quick point out there because people don't know about the game share. And that's
that was a very good point. That was pretty nasty. I don't know
he
where
dropped a bomb on that.
Well, I don't know where he stole that from, but we'll let him get credit because he was the first one that said it. So I'm gonna give him credit.
I say things that come up way later, and you be like, "Damn, X-Man was right." Shut up.
You right. All right, him solo. Your thoughts, man?
Game share though.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, when you met him, he was really like in his mid 40s, but he went back and forth to the future so many damn times.
He's Cable. He's the GRG's Cable.
Hey,
go ahead.
I'd love to go back in time.
I remember when I met Sir X-Man, his chin was black.
Man, that black.
Back here.
I remember when I first met you, you had an afro. What happened? You had an afro, dude. Your shit was like this big, man. Fucking looking like, what's his name from Fat Albert, man? What you talking about?
Oh, man. So.
Yeah, man, you funny. I love you, bro.
But Ham, what's your thoughts, brother?
Go ahead.
I mean, it's... I'm wondering at all if they shot themselves in the foot a few years ago by putting out that Final Fantasy Online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the real tight-knit community stuck to that game. And it's just like, it almost seems like ever since then, Final Fantasy really just... I mean, on top of it, keep in mind...
I want to thank all of
you
for your unwavering support for PlayStation.
Anyways, so like, I just wanted to say as well, like, keep in mind that, like, so that game came out, Final Fantasy also went damn near platform exclusive to PlayStation, like, all at the same time, is what it seems like. And Square Enix thought maybe they might be cooking with PlayStation, and they ended up getting cooked instead. So now they're kind of walking back, it seems, on the whole idea of, oh, our game should go everywhere. It's crazy how not that long ago, like before Final Fantasy 16, you didn't hear anybody saying Final Fantasy needs to go to Xbox other than Xbox fans. Now you're seeing all these people come out and say, well, Final Fantasy failed because it's only on PlayStation. like all sorts of different people are coming out and saying that, and it's just like it's stupid. It's stupid for Final Fantasy to have pit themselves into this situation when they're not when they're not owned by Sony. It makes no sense. Like I couldn't imagine being like the manufacturer or something like Cheez-Its or something like that and being like, I only want to be in Target. Like, what the fuck? Like, get me in Walmart, get me into fucking Dollar General, get me in every fucking thing that you can so I can get my product out to as many eyes as possible and they can pick that shit up and munch every fucking where they go. Put me at the concession stands at the fucking Broncos game. Like, I don't care. Get my product out there. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, this is why motherfuckers heads were rolling at Square Enix last year, right? Because they're like, what were you guys thinking? Like, you guys understand that we're not in this business just to, hop in the bed with Sony or hop in the bed with any of these platforms. We're in the business to make money. Y'all supposed to be selling shit like hookers out here. Y'all should be selling on every goddamn corner. So like, I don't understand why the hell they thought it was a good idea. And you see how quick Capcom was like, oops, nope. Capcom got that bag from Sony to make Street Fighter, and they're like, not again, sucker. No. And Square Enix is like, oh, we're gonna ride it out. Capcom's like, all right. Talk to you later. And look at Capcom right now thriving in every which way, shape, and form. I tell you what, I think a Final Fantasy would be doing better if it was multi-platform. I think it'd be doing better on PlayStation if it was multi-platform. And here's why I say that. Locker room talk and stuff like that, man. When I went to PAX, what's one of the things I remember about that? Sitting in the middle of the floor and talking to people on everybody was on separate platforms and we're talking about Tekken. That kind of togetherness with a third-party game, obvious. Everybody and their mama knows that Final Fantasy isn't owned by PlayStation. Sure, they made their big leap with PlayStation all the way back. What was it, fucking 20 years ago?
30 years ago.
30 fucking years ago.
Yep.
What are y'all doing?
1997.
Since 30 years ago, they went to Nintendo. They wait, did they go back to Nintendo? Did they ever go back to Nintendo?
They started with Nintendo, went to Sony, then they decided to go
But when did they go back?
Did
they ever come back to Nintendo?
They never brought Final Fantasy back to Nintendo. But they never brought Final Fantasy back to Nintendo.
They were doing like Crystal Chronicles on the GameCube. They were doing other offshoots
the
of
Game
Final
Boy
Fantasy.
editions.
Yeah, so like offshoots of Final Fantasy. They
but not
did
the main
that.
line.
But then they started to include the Xbox, like, what was it, during like the 360
era? During the 360 era.
360 era, and then PC. Like,
they were making money.
How confused of a fan do you gotta be? Like, if you want to follow something and you're like, yo, this is my favorite platform. I mean, this is exactly the type of shit Phil Spencer's been talking about. Why are you making people play the way you want them to play instead of the way that they want to play?
Yep.
Whatchamacallit, shout out to Geek Like Mike yesterday. I was talking to him. He's a PlayStation fan. Geek Like Mike is a PlayStation first guy. He loves Xbox too, but he was like, yo, I don't love that all these games are going to different platforms. He's talking about first party games and stuff like that. But he was like, you gotta look around and understand what the fuck is going on. Right. These kids don't care what device they're playing on.
Nope.
As long as they get the opportunity to pick it up and play. My daughter wants to play on my mama's phone all the goddamn time. Anytime I go over to like my cousins or my mama's house or my uncles or something like that, somebody's playing on a motherfucking tablet somewhere. And they're all playing like Roblox. They're all playing like all these like simple games, Minecraft, whatever. They don't care about the most latest hardware. They just want their shit to be accessible on there. So is Fortnite on there? Does it work? Okay, great. I'm good to go. So it's just like, you got to follow in this day and age. especially as a publisher dash developer in your third party, you follow the crowd. The crowd does not follow you. And it's hard to do because you're trying to remain, you know, new and ambitious and cool, right? You got to follow the crowd in the sense of where they're gonna be to play and then make your ambition from there. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Forspoken or a Final Fantasy or even a Stellar Blade, why would you want to just sell to one platform when you're when you're looking at that platform and they can't even sell their own games there? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's all I gotta say, bro. I mean, I can continue. I can keep going for another like 20 minutes, but at the end of the day, it's the same. Like, cut the bullshit. Sell your games to people that want to buy them and stop trying to make these platform developers and stuff like that happy. Like, they don't, as much as you don't give a damn about Microsoft, you shouldn't be giving a damn about Sony either. You should be giving a damn about yourself.
All right.
I want to thank all of you for your unwavering support for PlayStation.
Okay, so let me read what Chris Coleman said, because this is rich. And then we're going to let you let you finish this topic off, Husky. Akage. See, I've been saying his name right. Nobody ain't giving no props for it. You dirty bastard, him solo. Anyway,
you just didn't want to correct you, K. Make
sure. Stop it. Anyway, so Chris Coleman says
thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
They gave Switch and Xbox Crisis Core, and they didn't sell well. Look, right now for Crisis Core on PlayStation, and it's sold out at major retail, but Switch and Xbox is still available. Amazon has EU PlayStation copies. Okay, so all right. No. I got this one. Okay, so you're trying to tell me that Crisis Core is sold more than Final Fantasy Rebirth? Is that what you're telling me? Because if you're telling me that, then what is that telling Square Enix? That they can do a cheaply made remake and put it out there in the ether that costs less than the $70 mega hit that's supposed to be the game that is at the forefront of what PlayStation has been promoting. They didn't even promote or advertise Crisis Core. I mean, I can't wait for your comment in your reply, because I mean, if Crisis Core has done all that, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth isn't doing the same. So I mean, explain that to me. But go ahead now. You can say what you got to say.
He's saying I'm saying Square doesn't see the return on other platforms that they do for PlayStation. That's why they do the exclusive. No, that's bullshit. First of all, the reason people didn't buy it on Xbox and Switch is because they know for a fact Crisis Core belongs to Final Fantasy VII. And the fact that they're not getting Final Fantasy VII Remake or the entire Final Fantasy VII trilogy that's coming out, the fact that they're not getting that, why the hell are you just giving us Crisis Core? Because it's the same thing that when it was Kingdom Hearts, they gave us Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Xbox. And we're like, wait, what about Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and all the other stuff, all the other games that Kingdom Hearts had? Why didn't we get those? And then, of course, later on, they brought out the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 or 2.8, whatever the hell they wanted to call it. But
and we bought them.
Yeah, and then when they did that, we bought all three of them. But don't screw us over when it comes to a series of games, or if it's like say for instance, if Final Fantasy 13, when that came out, we didn't know it was going to be a trilogy. But if Final Fantasy 13 had come out exclusively on one system, and for the first two, and then when Lightning Returns #3 came out on all platforms, we're going to be pissed off. It's like, well, what about the other two? What about the other two? So if that's how they're going to play this game, nobody's going to buy it. Nobody is going to buy this bullshit when you're going to segment the market that way. That's the same thing when Microsoft was telling us, hey, we do not want to segment the market. We want to make sure that everybody has the same experience on each platform or on each system that they've got. Why is it that Sony is getting, or the PlayStation is getting these Scarecrow DLCs for Batman, but Microsoft can't get it on the Xbox? Why is it that in Hogwarts Legacy, PlayStation was getting the special thing for Felix Felicis potion, but Xbox, the PC, and Switch couldn't get the same mission? Granted, it's not about the main storyline, but it's still part of the universe. It's still part of the game itself. Why is it that people are getting exclusive stuff on one platform, but they can't get that same shit on the other platform when it's part of the story? Now, if it was something PlayStation specific, like, oh, you're putting in Aloy as a secret character in there, you're putting in Kratos as a secret character, we can understand that bullshit. But if it's part of the universe, it's part of the game, or if it's a series of games, you do not segment the market that way. And that's the reason why people are pissed off. That's why I'm pissed off. Yes, you can hear it in my voice. But Fahim and everybody else that's a PlayStation fanboy and this Chris Coleman guy, listen, y'all need to look at the truth behind all of this. Know what is going on. Sony is fucking everybody over. Everyone, not just Xbox guys or PC guys or Nintendo Switch guys. They're fucking over their own fan base. So get this through your thick skull. You need to fight against what is happening because, first of all, you guys aren't buying your own damn games in the first place. That's the reason why Sony is charging you $70 because they were the first ones to charge $70.
Well, they weren't the first. They weren't the first. They were the first.
Oh, yes, they were.
Like,
they were the first.
No, they weren't the first one.
And then 2K followed right after.
No, 2K was first, but Sony first is the first like publisher like with a console that jumped on it right after. But go ahead.
The fact is,
remember you got Husky that you interrupted Husky's slot. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah. All right, Husky, you go ahead. I'm done with mine.
No, you make some valid points, man.
He had a mini Mogwai moment.
Yes, he did. He did. Let me throw up the Mogwai for that, man. Shout out to you.
That man was mad. I had to turn my head. I was like,
he's always mad when it's Sony.
He was a bit perturbed, you know.
Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. I just want to say I do agree with Viper. Like you're segmenting the story. Like I get it. You know, you want us to play a game, but you're giving us a part of the story and with no way to finish it. I get it. It's on PS5. What if I don't have a PS5? What if I don't have the funds to buy a PS5, but I'm buying this game and I'm here on Xbox and I'm getting part of the story? Now I got to sit here like I can't finish the story. Like I can't do no Code of Rose. I can't finish my story. So what I'm supposed to do? Mm-hmm. So, but as far as Rebirth being a flop, I don't know. To be honest with you, now I know I got a couple people that I'm cool with. They're playing it. They're enjoying the game. I saw some people in the chat mentioning Dragon's Dogma 2 is a flop as well. What? Listen, it's because they say it is sold the same amount or around the same amount, and all.
Yeah, but it's only been out for 2 weeks. Yeah,
and that's my point. It's only been out for 2 weeks, and another game dropped, another big IP dropped the same day as it. So, you know, a lot of people were split between Rise of the Ronin and Dragon's Dogma. Rise of the Ronin may be, you know, that's something else, but however, it's still split and it's only been out for 2 weeks. Like that's not even a discussion you need to be having right now. Mm-hmm. As far as Rebirth, listen, I'm with everybody. I'm in agreement with everybody. I don't like if it's not a first party studio, why are you not going to get your money? Why are you not going to get your money and putting your stuff like they said? I want my shit on every corner. I want we selling ass on every corner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah.
Don't be a pimp.
Go get your money. No matter if it's not. I don't care if you sell. I put it on PlayStation. I'm gonna sell 2 million units. I put it on Xbox. I may only sell 250 units, but that's still money. That's still money you missing, regardless of its. How I don't care about how much it don't take all that. It don't take a whole lot for you to make an Xbox version of the game or a PC version. You're missing out on money because you loyal or whatever you want to say. Money. That's why we seeing so many studios being closed or they're closing down studios because you're missing out on money because you want to be loyal to a certain console or a certain brand. Man, look, and I say this go for everybody. The same thing. Xbox. If it's not an Xbox first party studio by Xbox, put that shit on everything. Like what's the saying? Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. Put it everything. You know what I'm saying? Go get your money, man. Like don't miss out on money because you feel like this studio this brand has been so good and we've been. Listen, you got people that want to play your game, regardless of you sell 2 million units or regardless of you sell 200 units on that particular console or platform. That's still money you're missing out on, man. But I digress. I'm done.
I got you. And I'm reading
they're paying Rebirth over
I'm reading that situation. I'm reading in the chat. You know, of course, there's always this bullshit statement of Xbox. Xbox don't support JRPGs, but yet when we look at seeing how Persona is
kicking
ass on Xbox. But again, I digress. I mean, it's funny to me that some people still use these narratives to think that that's going to trigger, or to overlook what's really going on. When you see PlayStation, games aren't selling. Even games on PC that will get on PC, they don't sell properly. So I think that maybe if these people are primarily PC or PlayStation guys, maybe they need to look in their own backyard before they start talking about what Xbox and Nintendo is doing and not doing. Because I mean, it's obvious right here. Nothing. No. What I'm trying to say is that it's clear that when you look at when you look at Final Fantasy, and I've said this, and I will continue to say this, neither Final Fantasy that has become exclusive on PlayStation has outsold Final Fantasy 15. And every time those numbers keep are lower and lower and lower. Is there a fatigue? Could be. I have no idea, but that's not our problem. It's Xbox gamers. We would sit there and we would play it. And then when you sit there and you make this point of saying that Xbox gamers don't buy JRPGs, I would guarantee for the people who saying that, I have more Final Fantasy games that you ever could possibly imagine. I know I got more JRPGs than you. I know. You can have anime rapper on your name, but I got more JRPGs than you. I bet you. You know what I'm saying? I bet you for my brother Fahim, and for anybody else that's what's a pro PlayStation guy that's talking about Final Fantasy. I have more Final Fantasy games than you do. I would bet that. But again, it is what it says. So I mean, and I'm an Xbox guy. I mean, every time that they drop them, I'm getting them. But if they don't, then I've changed my whole perspective of it. I'm not going to do the double, triple dip again. Especially, I'm asking for $70. Nah, I'll just wait for them to come to PC. And if not, then I'll wait for them to maybe eventually come to Xbox. But if they don't, then fuck them. That's my thought about it. But let's go ahead and move on.
Really?
You can't.
Do you have Rebirth for him? Because he talking big. Like what you got Rebirth? You got Rebirth, man. I'm asking. Did you buy Rebirth as well?
Where's Rebirth at for him?
Did you buy Spider-Man 2? Yeah. Or you still playing Call of Duty Warzone? That's what we doing.
Show us your trophy list.
I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna do
trophy
that.
list stuff. That stuff's corny. But I'm just saying, like, I put it to the test. If somebody got more than, I mean, of course, that there's people that has more JRPGs than I do. I don't have it more than everybody. But when they sit there and start saying Xbox gamers don't have more JRPGs or don't have more Final Fantasy, man, I got. On Final Fantasy X, I have 6 copies of that game. Bro, what are you talking about? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? I've sit there and double, triple, quadruple dipped on a lot of games, and I've just gotten tired of it because it's just, to me, it's like, what's the point? If they're going to come out and disrespect when I'm over here happy that they will bring those games to the platform that I want to play, And then you come out and say, when they do come, and then I buy them, and I understand the numbers might not be as big as it is on PlayStation or somewhere else. But man, listen, if you hedge your bets on PlayStation and it's not working, then it's time to move around. That's why Phil Spencer was there and they was hugging up on his ass like, bro, we can't wait to put some of this shit on Game Pass. We can't wait to get some of this stuff on
Phil, we
Xbox.
love
Yeah,
you.
bro.
Save us.
Don't do that because
I got one
they
quick
get cooked
thing
right
to say
there.
to Fahim when you're done.
Go ahead.
Real
moving
quick.
on. Go ahead.
Hey, Fahim, I don't have to worry about Final Fantasy Remake or Rebirth because on Xbox, I have the original Final Fantasy VII. I can play that one, and I don't have to wait years for the other copies to come out, the other episodes. So y'all can keep that over there because I'm not buying Rebirth without the prequel that goes with it. They can keep it over there. What's the point? That's like playing half of the end of a story, and it's not even finished. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's go on to a resolution gate. Here we go again. All right. So I was seeing that there was a video from Digital Foundry, and one of the guys, absolutely, you could tell he didn't play the first HellBlade. He was asking questions, and then John was like, yeah, that was in the first game. And then I'm like, oh shit, like dude didn't even play it. But anyway, it boggles the mind because these guys, they use their technology, but they use it on YouTube. The stuff that they got on YouTube is not like the game is in hand. I mean, in-house to where they can make these analysis. So they get out here and they talk about what they picked up off a recording, and then tell you that resolution is this or that, and that is this and that, and then I don't know. You guys are way more smarter in this type of situation than I am. I'm gonna go to you on this one, Darth, first. What is the situation about this resolution? Does it even matter at this point? I mean, HellBlade is the best looking game I think I've ever seen. And when I first seen it, when they dropped it in 2019, or when they announced it in 2019, I said, there's no way that game is going to look like that. And Don said, look, that game's going to look better. I said, you're bullshitting me. Stop frauding the public. And sure enough, he was right. That game looks better than what it showed in 2019. What's this whole deal about the resolution? Does it matter?
I heard about the frame rate. I heard about people complaining about 30 frames per second and getting worried about that. But if the resolution there, is it because it's a scaled resolution? It's like not a 4K solid.
It's
Right.
1296 to 1440p. That's what.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
So it's scaled down from 4K, so it's not running at 4K, and
No.
they're still having to keep it around 30 frames per second because of all the effects and the engine.
Yep.
So it's running Unreal Engine 5, and it's looking like it's pushing some crazy physics effects and everything to keep the game running. I mean, people can complain or they can argue about exactly what effects are being used when, but when you're putting all that to use, I mean, I remember the first time we ran Unreal Engine 5 was on the Matrix demo that they dropped. And when you pushed everything to the max, the system got dropped to its knees. I mean, I could barely get like 12 frames per second running on that when I pushed it hard, and it would stutter, and that was totally unoptimized. I understand, but they're pushing every aspect they can out of it to try to get it to look the best it can. A lot of the things are, I think it's the 8K res scanned in backgrounds that they're using. So they're using incredibly high resolution scans for all their textures. So they have all of that texture resolution that they have to put in. There's tons of information that they're trying to get out of it. And it's a game that's specifically focused on wowing you with the visuals. So that's the goal, that they have to bring it down a little bit to make it look as good as it can. I mean, in some ways I'm kind of disappointed that they had to do that, but it's not like I'm surprised. I mean, they have to, the Series X is capable, but it's not unlimited. It's not like it can do anything and everything. It's a $5 or it's a $500 system that competes with, $1,100 PCs, and it can do some amazing things for those prices, but it can't do everything. And I understand that. I'm not worried about the resolution as much. I mean, I play all my games on a 1440p 165 hertz monitor. So on my Series X. So I run it through there anyway. And I don't run it at 4K. I run it at 1440p all the time. And I'm incredibly happy with that resolution. I think that's an amazing resolution. It's totally underrated. And to see it run that, that's no big deal. If it was running like 900p, yeah, I'd be really upset. But to see that it has to scale down to 12, it's struggling. That tells me there's a lot of effects it's having to deal with. I would love to see them push it harder, but I think they're really ambitious and they're trying the hardest they can. They've been working on it for a long time. I'm excited to see how it runs, but it's, like I said, it's slightly disappointing, but it doesn't break my heart. It's going to be an amazing game regardless.
Hey, Darth, remember when Unreal Engine 4 came out?
Yes.
How long it took them?
Years. It took them years and years.
How to use that engine. It's the same thing with Unreal Engine 5.
And there's only been there's only been a few games that are Unreal Engine 5 games that have come out, and the ones that have used it, like Fortnite, people could say, oh, it uses it. Yeah, and it doesn't push the limits. No offense.
Yeah, because Epic built the engine.
Yeah, I know. And they can optimize it, but they're not pushing the outer limits with that. So
there you go. So it takes a while for a new engine to get worked. You know?
Well, yeah, but the limitations of whatever platform you have are there. It's not like they're not. So they've got to consider that.
Right. And then also, this is what people have been asking Xbox to deliver, and people are already bitching about something else, though. Like, I mean, there's nothing that looks like HellBlade at this moment. This might be the best looking game of 2024. And then there's people that still act like that it's not, but there's still people that's acting like that's not satisfactory enough because that's what people have been asking. I don't know. But Husky, your thoughts, man. Like, these resolutions, I know that they're important to a degree, but is this warranted to give people to come out and try to discredit this game? Like, I mean, what's the deal, man? Is it this big of a deal?
It's not. It's absolutely not. I completely understand. You know, you have those resolution frame people. I get that. However, I've never not played a game because it wasn't in 4K. I've never not played a game. If I'm interested in that game, regardless of, I'm gonna check it out. Hell, I'm gonna check out Rise of the Ronin. I'm just not paying $70 for it. But I'm going, and that game doesn't look great. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Like, we get a lot of people on the internet, they get caught up on this whole resolution or frames per second, man. Look, I'm gonna play the game regardless. I don't think it definitely shouldn't have or shouldn't be as big of a thing as it is, as people try to make it out to be. Like, is the game gonna be fun? Does the game look good? And this game has looked good since they showed the first trailer. Like, there is no doubt this game is not gonna look good. Like, my only question is, like, is the gameplay gonna be good? Like, that's like my only little question. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just off rip, I know it's gonna be good. This is gonna be one of those games that everybody's talking about and everybody's playing. Like, and the fact that it's not a super long game, that means I can jump in, spend my time with this game, get this story, experience it, and I enjoy it, and I can move on. That's something that I know myself. I love games like that. So personally, I don't have a problem with it being 30 frames per second. I don't have a problem with resolution of it. I can't wait to get my hands on this game. This is another one of those games that I have been looking forward to. This whole resolution thing, I think it's just bullshit, to be honest with you. I don't like those conversations of, it's not doing this, so it's not gonna be good. What does that have to do with anything about the game itself? It like, it's not like it looks like blocky. Like, I remember when certain games came out on like the PlayStation 2. Oh man, this is it. Or the original Xbox. This game looks so good. But then now it's like, now we get games and it's like, oh man, that's trash. It looks garbage. Man, do you
really? Talk about it. Talk about it.
Listen, I remember playing KOTOR on the first Xbox, and it's like I love how this game looks. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we've came far, but like that's not gonna stop me from playing this game. And if that's gonna stop you from picking this game because it's not more than 30 frames per second, or it's not whatever the resolution you want, man, go sit down somewhere. Go play Call of Duty. Go play 2K.
Go play Twitter like you always do.
I agree.
There you go.
I feel that honestly, and Viper, you're next, but I just wanted to say this. I feel like the PC community finessed the hell out of the console community. Because when they came out and started talking about the resolutions and frames per second and all of this hoopla, blah, 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 some of these content creators that was PC content creators, they were talking high-end PC shit, but they weren't even playing on high-end PCs. And now all these console players are bringing up these topics like they're like you know, even though consoles are pretty much like PCs, but they're mid-tier PCs. And if you look at the stats of who plays high-end PCs, it's a small percentage compared to people are playing more on the same levels of what the PlayStation 5 and what the Series X and S has. It's nuts to me. But anyway, Viper, your thoughts about this whole situation with HellBlade 2, man, and the resolution, man. I mean, why do we got to go back to resolution gate, man? This shit is tiring to me.
See, I got Senua in the background cussing people out right now.
Talk to her in that language.
Okay, anyway, that's enough of it. But no, the problem with this resolution talk, does resolution even matter when it comes to the actual gameplay? Does resolution even matter when it comes to the story? Does resolution matter? And that's what brought me back to the thought process of the Xbox One situation, where when it was resolution gate and it was 900p, or was it 720p for Rise Son of Rome?
It was 720p. Yep, 720p.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, of course, you know, this whole thing about, oh, Xbox is running Destiny at 900p and PlayStation gets Destiny at 1080p. And, you know, you're getting these lower resolutions on the Xbox, but you get the higher resolutions on PlayStation. I'm like, shut up. Is the game fun? Is the story compelling? Does the graphics even or not the graphics, but does the resolution even matter if you're engrossed into the universe, into this game? It shouldn't matter. Now, granted, you are right. The PC community did finesse the console community. Yes, they did. But the fact is, with the little bit that the PC community had, like they were running on a 1060, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Or a 16. What was the Steam survey that came out that said the majority of people playing on a GTX 1660, I think 1660 Super or something like that, or 1060 or 1080.
That was an old thing. Like I seen a new one that there's more people that's on like the 2060, 2070. Yeah.
Right, but at the time it was the old one that I was talking
whatever
about.
the AMD's card is or whatever now.
Right, and so the thing is, yes, they're getting 60 frames, but that's because they've got more RAM in their
RX
computer.
660. That's what the AMD one was.
Okay, thank you, Sir X-Man.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I think thank you for both of those, because the fact is that they have the ability to update their PCs. Mm-hmm. The console market can't be updated unless they bring out another console or a mid-generation refresh. So I don't want to hear anybody say that, oh, we were promised this and we're not getting this. Okay, do we not know that Unreal Engine 5 is a bloated engine and it is CPU intensive? The fact that you are getting 8K visuals on a console that can output at 4K. You're getting 8K visuals because everything that they're doing in HellBlade or anything Unreal Engine 5, to be precise, it's 8K
Capable.
8K assets. That's what it is. It's 8K assets that they're putting in their stuff. And so what they're doing is they got all this information and they're shrinking it down to be outputted at 4K. Now, because of the fact that it is so CPU intensive and all the instructions from the CPU is just going to be like, oh, we can't handle it. We can't handle it. Well, when they try to, what's the word again? I'm like losing it right now. But when they try to get it to play on a console, you're actually now dropping it from the 4K output. Now you're bringing it down to 1440p or maybe even 1080p, and maybe sometimes 900p or 720p. And then you got to do some upscaling to try to make it look better. Let's go ahead and look at Immortals of Avium. What the hell was that running at? That was running at sub 720p, and then being upscaled. And there was a ton of breakup and a ton of stuff that was just not looking all that good. But remember, they had to scale that shit down in order to get 60 frames. They had to scale it down. So we have a trade-off when it comes to consoles. That's why I said earlier when we started the show,
it looked great though. That's the crazy thing.
It did.
Though. Yeah.
It did, because remember, you got 8K assets being scaled all the way down to sub 720p. But it still has that fidelity from the 8K assets. That's what Unreal Engine 5 does for you. The thing is, though, I don't see why people are getting so upset about it. You know that this is an engine that neither PS5 nor Xbox Series X or S can handle. Not even
some PCs can't handle it.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I was going to. The 4090 is having problems running some of these games that are Unreal Engine 5. I think you need to do an SLI of two 4090s together, and then you need to have probably an i9. We're on the 13th generation of the i9s, or the stuff for Intel.
I think it's 14.
Whatever generation.
14th generation of i9.
Yeah, 14.
14th. Okay. So you'll need an i9 that's a 14th generation and SLI two 4090s together, and then probably have 128 gigs of RAM in order to make anything barely even run at 4K 60 or even 4K 120 for an Unreal Engine 5 game. So
you better bridge those partitions between
you damn right.
You better bridge it right.
Tell them,
you're gonna burn, dude. You're gonna burn.
Exactly.
He said you're gonna burn.
You're gonna burn one of them.
He said that shit gonna be cooking.
You gotta balance it, because I used to run SLI, and I had to balance it right, because your main one is gonna take most of the hit for the graphic. So you've gotta work and tweak it and all this just to get it close together. They'll never be together, because the first one is still going to be all your main one, but you got to partition it down where some of the second one can take some of that hit. So, and a lot of people ain't going to do that. They're just going to slap it in and say, okay, it should be good now. Nope.
No,
it don't work like that.
No, it does not. It does not. So that's the thing. Sir X-Man explained it brilliantly. The fact that you got to go through all of that to have two freaking GPUs, two high-end GPUs to do that. And I said 128 gigs of RAM. Now, granted, you could probably get away with 64, but 128, you know that you're going to be in good territory. But come on now, an i9, seriously, that thing is powerful. It's a lot. Or even like the Threadrippers from AMD, you're going to need one of those.
Those high gamers, tell them they actually run dual CPUs.
Yes,
they will run a dual CPU, so they don't have none of that bottleneck.
Right.
None.
So the fact is, all of that stuff, that's going to cost a lot. That's well over 5,000.
Even 8. Some of them 8.
Thank you. 8,000. 10,000.
You're gonna have to
that's
liquid
what you're
cool
looking at.
that.
And then, just like what Darth said, it is a $500 box. Do you honestly think, with the things that I just mentioned there, do you honestly think a $500 box is going to even compare to what the specifications I just laid out for Unreal Engine 5? Come on, think about it. So yes, I told you this on the last show that we did. I told you about how I knew HellBlade was going to be 30 due to the fact that the first game was 30, first of all. And of course, they're using Unreal Engine 5. We already knew Unreal Engine 5 is CPU intensive. There's no way that we're going to try to get 60 and still keep the same type of visuals for HellBlade. HellBlade 2 is going to be a visual showcase, and that's what they wanted. And in addition to that, I knew that the resolution wasn't going to be at 4K. I knew that it was not going to be 4K. It was not going to be 60. It's not going to be 4K. Yes, 1440p, just like the Matrix demo, and 30 FPS. And I guarantee you the Series S, that's going to be probably 720p at 30 FPS for HellBlade 2. So you're looking at 1440p 30 on the Series X, 720p, maybe even less, 720p to 720p 30 on the Series S. And then, of course, on PC, you better have a good ass PC. I'm better than K Mega's PC because he's got a 4080. I've got a 3090 Ti with 64 gigs of RAM, and I've got I've got the AMD 5950X, where it's 16 cores and 32 threads running at 4.8 gigahertz. Now, come on. I'm supposed to be able to handle that damn thing at 4K 60, even 4K 120. But I know for a fact Unreal Engine 5 is not going to be nice to my PC. It's actually going to, and I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It's gonna diddy my PC. That's just.
Oh my God!
Okay. Oh shit!
What did Don say on K Mega?
Don said quite a few things, but Don's saying, let me go back and say to the one thing he said. Who cares about the resolution on frames per second or frames per second? I want to know how many vertex is HellBlade 2 pushing, and then he puts he says Unreal Engine 5 is not bloated, and then he also says this where I put right there. He says Unreal Engine 5 assets are the resolution you port into the engine. Not all assets are 8K. So I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a developer. He is. I know that our brother Darth, he dabbles in it. He works on the games as well. So that's what the whole thing of it is. But I don't care. I just want like you see this game.
I just want the game to play right.
I just want the game to play and enjoy itself. I don't give a damn about. That's why if I don't give a fuck about frames, I don't give a none about that because I will be playing HellBlade on my PC. But like I said, I'm gonna start it off on my Xbox.
I told you.
Well, I did. I said I've been in the show. But the thing of it is that I want to see what my PC can do. I want that son of a bitch to get hot. And if that son of a bitch is hit, if I'm hitting 4K, I'm hitting native 4K, and that son of a bitch say 10 frames per second, then I'm like, okay, all right, let's just go back to the console. But I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna see your temperature.
Get to about 70, shut your shit down. 70 or 80, shut that shit down.
I got a lot of fans in this bad girl. You know what I'm saying?
So
this big
here's one thing I'm gonna mention, and future generations is saying this in the chat. He said Gear 6 will be 60 FPS though. The coalition will see it.
60 FPS.
Well, they know what they're
doing.
No,
Gears hasn't always been 60 FPS. Originally on the 360, Gears was 30. All the way up to Judgment, they were 30. It was Gears 4 where they had the 60 FPS option on the 1X. So,
you reminded me of something because you made me think about something. You brought up Destiny and Destiny 2, right?
Yes.
Remember the controversy?
Yes, on the 1X.
Destiny 2 would be able to run Destiny at 60 frames a second.
Yep.
And then Sony went to Activision and said, we can't run 60. You need to keep it 30 across the board.
Yep.
And that was a big argument.
Yes, it was.
I mean, he reminded me of that. So they don't want nobody being ahead of them in resolution, anything. But now they're gonna have to deal with it.
Right.
But
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm done. Go ahead, K-Mega.
Well,
no, what I was about to say was the fact in terms of this message from future generations. I was going to say that Gear 6 hasn't been announced yet. And here's the thing, with even though the Coalition are masters at Unreal Engine, honestly, I don't know if Gear 6 is going to even break 60 on the Series X or S.
Oh no, Coalition's going to get 60 out of that. They're going to get 60.
On next generation, maybe, but not this generation.
And that's the one thing too that I was going to go, and then we go to Ham on this one. Is that's the one thing that we know for sure is that even if HellBlade is 30 frames per second, even though Redfall is 30 frames per second, when the new console comes out, there will be added addition. There'll be enhancements to where those games will be played at 60 frames per second.
Exactly.
So why the hell does it matter? Man, maybe even 120. So that to me is where I look at it as like, man, listen, all bases are covered. I mean, I don't want Xbox to bring a Pro. It doesn't make sense. And so, like, just bring the new console. And if you care about 60 that much, I mean, good. That game is going to be on Game Pass for, you know what I'm saying, as long as Xbox owns Ninja Theory. So therefore, why would it matter why don't you just wait if you want those frames per second? But regardless, Ham Solo, your thoughts about this, because I want to get to this one last topic before we get out of here. This whole resolution gate shit about HellBlade, your thoughts?
Well, I was hoping for 60. I'm always hoping for 60, right? 60 is like, it's dope. Can't deny that, right? But I also seen what Microsoft figured out with like Starfield at 30. And I play that game everywhere. I play Starfield on my Steam Deck. I play it on my Series S, Series X, and PC. And I play it on the cloud sometimes, every once in a blue moon. But in particular with that game, when it comes to Xbox games, I just want them to be high quality for the most part. Because my whole thing is I'm gonna play this on as much devices as I possibly can.
Facts.
That's within the same ecosystem. So if I can continue my game on my PC and then wife needs the PC to do some budgeting stuff, I can move to the Xbox. I don't give a shit if it's 30 frames. I would if it was like a shooting game and whatnot, but at the end of the day here, this game, the whole purpose behind it is supposed to be like a showcase piece of how good they could get this console right here to look. And I mean, shout out to Jaffe and Hip Hop Gamer. Back in 2020, Hip Hop Gamer did an interview with Jaffe, and he laid it out there and said, yo, if what I'm seeing is right, they're going for fidelity like crazy, and you're not going to get 60 FPS out of it. He pretty much said that. Like, in 2020, he said, if that game's going to look like that, it's not going to be 60 FPS. I mean, he said a bunch of other extra shit with it, like this might not make people very happy. If you want a game to be 60 FPS, you're more than likely using last generation's stuff and pushing it forward into the new generation consoles. And when you look back at what a lot of PlayStation's done this generation, sure, you can give them Returnal, you can give them Ratchet and Clank, and I'll give them Spider-Man as well. But should I give them Spider-Man? Because that was on PS4. And they use a lot of the same assets. If you look at the character models in there, don't you dare compare it to HellBlade. Don't you dare. I mean, maybe on some cutscenes, it looks hot on some cutscenes and whatnot. But I dare you just to go to your random enemy and just go to photo mode. Yeah, you're going to see Spider-Man looking real good. Zoom in on that face on that enemy. You tell me what you see.
Fuzzy.
It's not that it's fuzzy, it's just not of high quality. It's just not it's not as and it was the same thing with Miles Morales too. Like you look at the enemies in Miles Morales, they're not beautiful. They don't look great. They just look like somebody that they're supposed to get their ass kicked and stuff like that.
Right.
But you look at the rest of the PlayStation 5 lineup. I mean, you got Demon Souls, that's a remake. Last of Us, that's a remake. Last of Us 2, that's a remake. What was it? Ghost of Tsushima, that's PS4.
PC.
What other games?
We'll have a pre-order here pretty soon.
Any other games you want to throw out there? Death Stranding, that was PS4.
Yeah.
God of War.
I guess we say God
What's
of
that?
War. God of War.
God of War,
that was PS4. Horizon Forbidden West, that was PS4.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, you got 60, but you sacrificed ray tracing.
Mm-hmm.
So Gran Turismo had to sacrifice. They didn't want to sacrifice for HellBlade, so it's 30. And it just kind of is what it is at the end of the day. Play it. Or I'm shout out to Geek Like Mike one more motherfucking time, because that dude, like I said, he's a PlayStation dude. He flat out said this: play it or don't. Nobody gives a fuck.
Facts. Talk about it.
Like straight up, like play it or don't. Nobody cares, because I can guarantee you, when this game drops, all these people that says, "Oh, this ain't for me," they still gonna be playing it.
Xbox people don't care, Ham. We just want to know, is it a good game?
No, I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know because there's people that claim to be Xbox people, but they don't even. Yeah.
I just want it to be optimized
it's
really
a
well.
problem.
Yes, it can be.
Yeah.
If it's optimized to the level that Starfield was optimized at 30 FPS for console, then I've got nothing to say.
And that's the word I was looking for.
But if it comes out looking like Redfall,
oh Lord,
it's gonna be a fucking problem.
Oh
yeah.
Cooked. Cooked. So
Deserved.
All right, Sir X-Man, close us out on this topic so we got one more and then we're gonna get out of here.
So you said we got about 45 more minutes?
No, hell no. I said we got no. We ain't got no 45 minutes.
To the bastard.
No. Hurry up, Sir X-Man.
Ham's ready to get back and finish Fallout. But
Husky was able to hold
but no, I've never cared about resolution. I'm an old school person. Resolution is nice, it's fun, it makes the game pretty. But I care about the gameplay and the plot. I always have, and I always will. Those are more important to me.
Man, I'm over here playing.
Looking good and bad.
Yeah. Would you not play this game that you're seeing in the background right now? This a 360 game. But this game,
Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, the Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage 2. But they also got a PlayStation 4 version. I guarantee you ain't gonna see too much difference.
Yeah, it's like people play dungeon crawlers and things like that, and they're not graphically, super or anything, but they use that technology to make the game better and put more into the assets of the game more than the graphics, and they make them more fun. Nobody complains about Diablo, and Diablo's not graphically, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks great as heck, but it's not graphically demanding. They put those assets to a different use to make the game more fun, more flash within the game. Those are the things that I care about. And does it play well without any issues? They're also busy about building, like I said, putting graphics and try to get it to run as fast as possible. If a game has to be 30 to run at its best, and control at its best without any bugs or any problems or anything like that, then that's worthy. And those are the most important things to me. Call me an old school gamer, but it's always been about the gameplay for me. I played some crappy games before that look really good, but excuse my French, they've been a piece of shit. And we've all been through that. If all of us can say we've played a game that didn't look that good, but it was a great game. We all have done that. So, these people complaining about little 60 frames resolution or it's not super all 4K and highly detailed and all that stuff. Y'all missing out on some great games, and that's on you, not on me.
Can't be sitting here with a PlayStation Slim and a PlayStation 4 Slim and a and a damn Xbox Series S, and you over here talking about you want 4K 60 frames per second on everything. Stop it. Anyway, there's a lot of people that do that shit. Bro, there's a lot of people out here be frying the public. They capping like a motherfucker. Anyway, all right, last topic. Oh man, damn it, Darth, we can't get to it tonight.
It's okay.
Lord Croft situation.
Don't worry about it, man.
It's all right, but we got to talk about.
Skip the other one, Lord Croft.
No. This isn't what you call it, man. We're gonna talk about this Star Wars Outlaws. Okay, so Star Wars Outlaws will have a $130 edition. Is it time for gamers to finally rethink being negative towards subscription services in gaming? Ham, let's go to you, because Ham. He wasn't really negative about it, but when I would explain to him about, like, man, the service thing, man, I'm telling you, that's the way to go, man. It's just these games, man, they keep inching up higher and higher and higher, man. Like, listen, I get the subscription and wait until the sale if you like that game that much. I don't know. What's your thoughts about this, man, with the Star Wars Outlaws? I mean, I'm definitely going to buy the game. I just don't know if I'm going to buy the $130 version. What about you? What say you, brother?
Hell no. I would never want to buy that $130 version because it's pointless, especially if you like subscription services.
Let's go.
Pointless. It really is. You might as well just get the subscription service and play it whenever you're wanting to. Save yourself that money, because the way that they kind of angled this specific game is, if you get the subscription service, you get the same thing as if you bought the $130 version.
Facts.
So it kind of renders it pointless unless you need to buy the game. I'm gonna tell everybody, finesse Ubisoft in this situation. Get the subscription service, play the hell out of the game, and Ubisoft games, they like to go on sale. Wait for that sucker to go on sale.
Oh yeah.
And cop it. I mean, right now you can get Riders Republic, the entire everything for $20.
Let's go.
The Ultimate Edition, basically.
Yeah,
exactly.
Riders Republic is a great game.
Same thing for like Wildlands and Breakpoint, and they do the same thing with the Division games and just everything. They're doing it on purpose. They want you to get into that subscription service because they want them numbers to balloon up. Do it. Yep. But then leave after a couple months. Don't let it sit. Leave after a couple months. And then I think what's crazy to me is they have the audacity to be like, season passes comes with that, right? But it also comes with the subscription service. So it's just like, well, might as well leave once you get done playing the game. Going ahead and spend that $35 or whatever. You got 2 months. Going ahead, get it in real quick. Get up out of there. Wait until there's some sort of new season for it or whatnot, and then cop it again, or get it while it's on sale, because it's gonna go on sale to Ubisoft. Everything goes on sale for Ubisoft.
All right.
Look at Skull and Bones; it's already half price.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones.
Wow. The game just came out.
It's not a bad game. Skull and Bones is not a bad game either.
It has nothing to do with being bad.
It's
just like, it mostly has to do with, like, how are you structuring your game? And you're making all these forever games, and only so many people are going to want to jump into them, right? I mean, geez Louise. I mean, after you get done putting in hundreds of hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, are you really trying to dive right back into Valhalla straight after that? I mean, some people, sure. But a lot of people are like, yo, dog, I need a break. That was a lot.
Yeah, I
need a minute.
And K-Megan, you know how long Valhalla is. K-Megan.
Wait a minute. Did you think that was finished?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm about
Hold on,
to
wait a
start
minute.
some
Yeah,
shit.
just look at my stat. Just look at my stats on Xbox for Origins, Valhalla, and
I'm about to
Odyssey and
start some
Valhalla.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm about to start some
I
shit because I
need
just
to
thought about
break
something.
each
Go
one.
ahead.
I'm going ahead and put a period at the end of it so Sir X fan can go ahead and ruin the rest of the
Yeah,
show.
I'm going to let him go next, so he
But,
can be quiet after that.
but yeah,
That's
all
for
in
you,
all,
Ham.
all in all, take care of yourself, take care of your wallet, subscribe to the Ubisoft Plus as soon as it drops. Play a little bit of it. That at least that will give you only $17 in debt in the game. So if you don't like it, you don't have to resubscribe, right? And if you do like it, you got a month to play the game, and then if you decide to go another month, that's only $35. It's still half the price of the regular game. But you get all of the extra stuff that comes with the Ultimate Edition. So, I mean, do what you will, but I know if it was me, I'm all about saving a few extra dollars when I can, and especially with Ubisoft because their game's always going on sale. I don't see why I'd give them the bag right up front when they're letting the subscription service people get the exact same thing. I mean, if this was Game Pass, if this was on Game Pass, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm playing it on Game Pass.
Exactly.
Fuck it. If this was the same situation, why buy it? You know what I'm saying? Unless this is my like have to have kind of game. To those people that like Star Wars heads, I don't see it's crazy for them to spend $130 because this is their shit, right? Just like Ark is. No one's gonna tell me not to buy that game.
It's on
Or
sale.
buy the crazy edition of it. No one's not gonna tell me to get that Starfield for $300, right? I mean, although I got actually something physical with it, right? And that's kind of the thing that's kind of weird to me with that as well. You're spending $130 and you're getting tit for tat the exact same thing. It's like there's not even like a poster that comes with it that makes you feel like you got something special compared to the subscription service person. That's all I gotta say.
All right, Sir X-Man, it's your go. Your thoughts about the $130, man? I mean, the subscription service is the way to go for future titles like this. I mean, you know, Ham is talking about Ubisoft, finesse Ubisoft. I say finesse them all. I say because I got EA, I got Game Pass, I got Ubisoft. I mean, if they drop another way, if Capcom does, I'm getting them all. I'm getting.
Are you trying to say, Grey Mega? This is a compliment to you. You got all the subscriptions, and you buy games. Yeah. What's up with that?
I know.
That's above the norm, man.
I know.
People don't do that. They're not supposed to do that. Okay, that was a compliment to you. Now I'm done with that shit. Okay. But I did my research and I was wrong. I had to check. Okay, so PlayStation does have Ubisoft Plus also. I did know that.
Okay.
Because we got it first. Yeah, we got it first, but obviously it recently went over to PlayStation. So
no, they got a curated one for PlayStation because it's supposed to be part of. It's supposed to be part of PlayStation Plus Premium.
It's PlayStation Plus and what?
Yeah, it was supposed to be part of PlayStation Plus Premium or Extra and Premium.
Yeah, but it said Ubisoft and Classics are on the PlayStation.
It ain't that serious. Continue. Yeah. We got places. We got things to do. Come on.
Ain't that a bitch? But oh, you're such an evil bastard. But
yeah, it's not the same Ubisoft Plus though. But yeah.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
What is it? Real quick, what is it like, Ham? For them,
it's just the classics. Like, yeah, it's just a bunch of classic games and stuff like that. It's nothing really new.
Oh, so they don't get the new stuff then?
No.
So what you're saying is that Xbox is the only one that has the full one that you can use on PC also.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
So they'll have to pay $130 over there, while we only got to pay $18.
Correct.
Yes.
Another win for Xbox. I'm done. I'm through. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Ponies, you're getting screwed.
Oh man, Hokage, what's happening, man? What's your thoughts about this, man? Do you agree my take on this? Like, subscription services is the future, and it is very valuable to use? Or are you kind of like our brother Noof Nukem that has been completely against services? I know he's recently started getting into Game Pass a little bit, but he thinks it is the devil. Are you in that realm, or you think differently?
So it might be the devil, but in this situation, in the words of Eddie Murphy in Vampire in Brooklyn, evil is necessary in this situation. Listen.
And Hokage on that kiss tip right now.
That was fire. Evil is good.
Listen.
Evil is
running with the devil.
All right, man. Let that be a talk.
Oh shit.
No. It's listen. It's subscription services basically are it right now, and if I can get a game and it's gonna give me all the same stuff that you paid $130 for, if I can get that same game, get everything you just paid $130 for whatever the price of it is, what you're listening, and I'm probably gonna once again, especially if it's a single player game, I'm gonna play it, beat it, and then I put it to the wayside. Why not? Why not jump in and get the subscription service? Or like Ham was saying, Ubisoft is notorious for their sales. Get the game, get the subscription service, and if it's really good, if you're really enjoying it, why not go back and buy the game? Now, I will say for Star Wars Outlaws, I'm probably going to pick that game up. Me being a Star Wars guy, so I'm probably going to pick that up or what have you. I'm probably not getting the $130 version, but I will be picking that game up. Like I said, I've been excited for this game since they announced it. The gameplay trailer just kind of reassured me. Okay, all right, this is gonna be something I want to play. So, but listen, I love subscription services, man. They allow me, like I said, from Game Pass. You can even throw in the PlayStation Plus subscription on there. Hell, that's how I played Miles Morales. I didn't buy Miles. I played it on the subscription service.
Damn. Get them.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like this Ratchet and Clank. I enjoyed the hell out of Ratchet and Clank.
That's a good game.
I didn't buy Ratchet and Clank. I played it on the subscription service. So you know what I'm saying?
Scandalous.
I'm going to take what you said and I'm going to hashtag that. Evil is good.
Listen. Subscription services are where it's at, man. I get it. You want to fight back against this is, and I get that. I get people's caution on it, but I'm sorry. It's evil is good, man.
Oh man. All right, Viper, go ahead, and then we're gonna have.
I want to thank all of you
close us out, but
for your unwavering support for PlayStation.
Man, you're nuts. But your thoughts about this, man? Your thoughts about the subscription, this game being 130? They're talking about games going up. All of this, man. I mean, are you now a believer in subscription service now, or have been?
I mean, I've been a believer in Game Pass. I've had Game Pass since I think it was 2018 that I've had Game Pass.
But I'm talking about the others like Ubisoft and EA and
oh no, well, since I got Ultimate, I already got EA inside my Ultimate, so I'm not paying an extra for the services for Ubisoft. I'll tell you this. I've been adamant about not paying anything over $70. I'm not paying $70 for a game. I'm not even gonna be paying $60 for a game. If the game is $130 damn, you know damn well I'm not buying that day one. I will not buy it. You know how cheap I am, even though I got money. And you already know I got money. But
that's how you keep money.
I'm a cheap bastard, okay? So when the game goes on sale, No matter how good the game is, when the game goes on sale, I will get the Shut Up edition.
Let's go.
And the Shut Up edition has to be under 60, probably 50. But you ain't getting 130 out of me. The most that I will pay for something, if it's not a gift, is gonna be, about 50 to $55. It ain't gonna be anywhere near 60. Because that's, for me, $60 means you just came out, and I'm thinking back to the 360 and Xbox One eras where the games were $60. So you just came out the gate. I'm not paying 60. I'll pay less than that. So no, you're and also I saw I think it was what's his name? Oh no, it's Alex video about this, and I saw the stuff that Ubisoft was pushing, and it was a total mess. Like, they are, first of all, this game is always online, for one thing. It's a single player game. When you purchase, I think it's the standard edition.
Or the disc.
Yeah, or the disc. That's $70. Then what's the next step up? Is the next step up like $100? And $100?
Yeah,
and
like
then
110.
Yeah, 99.
110. Yes, 110.
Yeah.
And then the next step up from that is now the 130. I'm like, excuse me? All of the stuff that you're putting in there, you're trying to tell us that season pass cost us another 40 to 50. No, wait, no, hold on. 70, no, another $40 for the season pass. And then I don't know what the hell is in the $130 version. There's a few extra stuff in there, like, I think it was digital art book and maybe a soundtrack. I don't know, but that's another $20. Seriously? I like, really, I don't get what the hell they're thinking. So the fact is, when he was going over that, and then they said, "Oh, well, you can get all of this if you get Ubisoft Plus for $18 a month." I'm like, wow. So you really pushing for those services, Ubisoft. You're really pushing for it, because you're saying, well, you can pay all of this money so that we can get paid, or you can just give us this much per month, and we're still getting paid. Cool. I'm not buying it. Fuck them.
All right. Okay. All right. So, Darth, your thoughts, brother? Like, what? I mean, are you on the what camp are you in first? Because I really don't know. I mean, honestly. So, do you feel that services are like the future? And well, not. I mean, I think everybody knows that they're the future. But are you still thinking that buying games at $130 is much more worth it than maybe going into a subscription service, getting a subscription service?
Well, so I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I don't mind paying for subscription services that I use, but I kind of use it a little differently. When I get a game that I enjoy, I end up buying it. Out of the service, I get the discount. I buy the game because I enjoy the game. I want to re-enjoy it, but it's the problem with the whole digital aspect that I have. It's the potential death of games in the future, and people kind of look at that and go, nah, it's not gonna happen. I'd say Microsoft is doing a really good job being a large company as they are, and I kind of trust them, even though people, Sony's going to be around forever. I think Microsoft's going to be around honestly longer than Sony.
I agree,
as far as a company. In truth, because just they're a bigger company. They're gonna last longer. They have a more likelihood of longevity, and because of that, a lot of our purchases are going to be protected in that way, I would think, for the most part. But there's no guarantee with digital. And what we've seen, and I know Sony, this was with Microsoft, there's no saying in the future things couldn't change. What happened recently with people's like movie purchases, where they owned movies, and then they just pulled the rights away from people that owned the movies on PlayStation, and they couldn't have them anymore. Like, nope, sorry, you can't have them. And that can happen with anything. I have hundreds and hundreds of movies on Vudu, and that could happen at any time. If Fandango that just purchased it decides to go, well, we don't have rights for that anymore, and I own it. Well, no. We stream it to you, and because you own it on us doesn't mean that we keep those rights forever, which is crazy to me. But thinking that could happen, it's looking at what's on my shelf. I got a Dreamcast back on my shelf. I've got things that you can plug in and play at any time, and it's great. But knowing how the systems work now, there is a future detriment for how games can be played. There's certain games we'll never be able to play again outside of this small space and time we have now. Like Destiny 2, never again. Once those servers are off, the games will be done. They're just discs that are worthless. They won't work. And there are a lot of games that we have now that work that way. And that is where Noof and I see eye to eye in that. He and I have had talks about that. And yeah, that's a danger for future retro gaming of this generation, I guess, is what it is. Retro gaming as we know it will not exist except for possibly on the Nintendo systems in the future. They're going to be the last bastion of those kind of game systems, and possibly even PC, you could say, because they stick around a lot longer. But the hardware changes, so who knows? Who knows how that'll all fall in? But that's my concern. As far as paying that much for the game, if it doesn't come with, I was just looking up for the hell of it. I was looking up some collector stuff that's just coming out. And maybe a lot of you guys might not be interested in it, but Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is coming out on the Switch, and it has a super special edition that has like music. It's got a steel case. It's got a memorable book. It's got coins. It's got a whole bunch of things it comes with. It's like $200. But those kind of things, it's like my Starfield. I bought the controller. I have the headphones, and I have the watch. I have the whole thing. I have all of it. And I got it because it was physical. It was something it was tangible. I appreciate that. Paying that much for something that's all digital that you're only going to use on there, even if you have a service that allows you access, I don't know. I always feel that's a rub. I'm already paying for Game Pass. I feel like I'm paying for Game Pass and then another. It just feels like too much to me. At that point, it goes beyond what's worth it to me. But it all depends on what you like and what you do. If it's something you're doing all the time, more power to you. And if you want to spend the money, who am I to say don't do it? But for me, I'm not as keen to do it as much.
Okay, a point taken, and I understand that. And my last point to this, and we're getting out of here, is the one you brought up something, and I've been alluding to this more and more, and that's why subscriptions is to me more of the way to go. I'm still going to buy my games, there's no question, but I'm still buying my games. I mean, you look at my library on Steam, on PlayStation, on Xbox, on Nintendo. Like, I mean, I still buy games constantly, and I even posted I buy games. So anyway, an unfortunate thing is happening is where the crew is, I don't know if you guys heard this, but the original crew, it doesn't matter if you bought that game or not. They're just taking it off of your library. I bought the crew, and I know the servers cut.
I heard about that.
Yeah, the servers shut down April 1st, but they're just taking it away on the PC players. I don't know what they'll do on the consoles or whatever, but I mean, yeah, it's just like what Darth was saying. Like
Ubisoft don't give a fuck.
They don't. No, they don't. And so therefore, I'm like,
what they did to Ghost Recon the year prior.
Right.
Oh God. Yeah.
Is it 360? Yeah. See you later,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
and but you know what's funny? Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2 on the 360 still work on the servers. Me and my buddy was playing it last week.
Yeah, no,
those games still work.
It's backwards compatible though too, as well. So that's the thing to me. It's just what I'm saying, and that's why I'm starting to buy before July 26th. I'm buying more. Like, I don't know if y'all can see this, but I just bought this, and it just came in today.
Yep, PGR.
Yeah, I've never played any of the PGR, so I everybody's talking about how great the PGR is.
PGR. I love Which one did you get? PGR is that 3 or 4?
3.
3 is good, but 5 is incredible.
Did they got a 5? I thought they only had a
4. 4.
Okay.
PGR 4.
I played 1, 2, and 3. I didn't play 4.
Okay, so I'll look and see if I can find a 4. But regardless, I just wanted to just say that this thing could definitely happen. And until we get these game companies to actually have us say that we own those games instead of, then services is going to be more and more up my alley, because when you buy a game today, now, if you read some of that fine print, it'll tell you, yeah, you own some licenses on it, but we can shut that shit down like the ATF anytime we want to. And they can do it. And that to me is dangerous. That's why, like, game preservation is very important to me. But subscriptions, like, look, always online games, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just rock it until that game gets affordable enough to where I'm not going to get mad once they delist it in 10 years. So, or just take it away. So yeah, it's a dangerous time. It's very weird times, but the FTC, instead of worrying about what Microsoft is purchasing, they need to be jumping on, and the CMA need to be jumping on these companies for that, to let us know if we're buying these games and they're saying that we own them, then damn it, we should own them. Just like if we believe it was a hard copy.
I agree. I totally agree.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. My brother Hokage is about to go on. He about to fall out. That man about to get. I see a blanket and a pillow right there next to him on the left. Man, that man about to go on and lay it down.
Get that man some milk.
All right, man. Sir X-Man, where can they find you at, brother?
Right here next week. Aggravating K-Mega. I might be on C Money's program sometime this week or this weekend or next week. I don't know, whenever he wants me in, which is like all the time. They like me over there, unlike certain people here.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be trying to finish up Tomb Raider and get ready to go to Tomb Raider 3 because I've been busy lately. So, and playing Battlefield 2042, and whatever other game that just floats my boat that day. That's about it.
Nice. All right. Viper, where can they find you at, brother?
Viper the Wiper.
Oh, see, I wasn't even going to do that. I wasn't going there.
You knew I had to do it. Either me or him.
And you wonder why some people don't like you or appreciate you.
Dude, I get that from everybody. It don't bother me no more. I'm just so used to it all these years, dude. I'm so used to it.
Anyway, I was just playing Immortals of Avium
Let's go.
at the end. But to answer your question earlier, about 53 JRPGs that I got.
Let's go.
So
let's go.
Yep.
Tell them what's happening.
How many do you have?
Who, me?
Because you said you said who has more than you.
Oh, okay.
I
I'll
just
count
counted
mine right
mine.
now. I'll count mine right now. Go ahead. Let me
But
turn on my box right
while
now.
you count that, I'll finish mine and then we can go
mine.
to the next person. But just I'll be around. This Monday I gotta get a lumbar epidural. So yeah.
Is that the thing that go in your anus?
No.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I said lumbar, which is your back, you dumb butt.
Well, that's close enough.
Spinal.
And then epidural. So they're giving me a steroid shot because my back fucking sucks. So, I'll be doing that this Monday, and and I'm gonna be playing some more games. I got a huge backlog, well over 1,000 games. Well, well over 1,100 games now.
I gotta play that crime boss you got, dude. I got to play
it. I haven't even touched it yet.
I was thinking about getting that too.
Man got crime boss.
Yeah,
I was thinking about getting crime boss.
It was on sale.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, the reason why my library is so huge is just like we were just talking about with the last thing. I wait for the shit to go on sale. And when it goes on sale and it's something that I think I want to get, boom, it's in my library. When I get to it, I get to it. But that's the reason why I have money now. And that's the reason why I have over 1,100 games, is because of the fact that I am not buying these games at $70 damn. I'm not buying a $130 copy of a game. I'm not spending $300 on Starfield. Fuck that. I am waiting till that shit goes on sale. And when it's on sale and I think it's the right price, I'll pick it up. And it'll be the Shut Up edition. Next person.
All right.
Thanks for setting up.
Oh my goodness. Akage, where can they find you at, brother?
I'll be around, man. You can check me out on TikTok, Twitter, usual places, and I'll be here next week as well. Other than that, man, like I said, playing Dragon Dogma 2, getting ready for Tales of Kenzera. I do freelance for independent gaming, game. I do reviews and stuff like that. So I've been getting into that. Never thought I'd be doing it, but I'm doing that. So I'll be reviewing Tales of Kenzera's out when it drops, and looking forward to HellBlade 2 next month. So
let's go.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm counting right now, just in my groups. I'm at 48 right now, just in my group setting of RPGs.
Damn.
Darth Praxis, what's going on, man?
Yes,
Let everybody know where they can find you. Did I say 48? 48.
This man's in Game Pass right now, counting up them games.
Oh, bro, I'm looking. You can see through my glass. You can see I'm reading it right now. Go ahead.
Yep. Oh yeah, I can see the green. I'm on every Friday. I'm on Wasted with Wise before here, and then GRG, and you can find me on Twitter at Praxis Darth. And if you want to know, I am involved in a project. My buddy is trying to get a release date. It says May of 24 right now. I don't know if he's going to hit it. He's trying to. It's early access. It's on Steam. It's called Super Polygon Grand Prix, and you can pre-order it. And yeah, I do the voice work for the menus, for all the menu systems. So I did that with him. So yeah, if you want to check it out, it's kind of like a virtual racing type of old school looking game. It looks like a Sega game. So
I know. I saw that. I saw the trailer for that, dude. That looks fair.
All right, so I'm at 62 just in my groups, just in my RPGs group.
Oh
so
Lord.
That's not everything else that I got that's laid in my full library, which my full library is close to like a little bit over 900. I think it's like 901 or something like that. But anyway, like 902.
So you already surpassed me. I said I was at
bro.
53.
I can go, and like I said, I'll just go. I didn't know we didn't have time to go through my full list and just count all my RPGs. But
see, y'all proving a point. Also, this is why we can wait for a $70 game. Because these games are pumping out so fast.
Right, and I got backlogs that I come back and get it. Right. So, all right, Ham Solo,
got a huge
take
backlog.
us on out of here, brother. Where can they find you at?
Who is it you're talking to?
Ham
Are
Solo.
you watching doggone the show?
No, I'm playing.
Not you, Ham.
I was telling him to sign us out, but I guess he's done. He's cooked. All right.
Find me at TSWS Gaming.
All right.
He's watching FallOut. He's watching FallOut.
That man gaming. All right. I did pick up a game that oh damn, where did it go? It's called Achilles. Achilles Legend. I haven't played it yet. It was on sale. It's on sale right now. For I had points too, so I had points, but I got it for like $8, but I think it was like 16. It is a top down that's kind of like Diablo. Looks really, really cool, really, really dope. So I'm probably gonna that'll be on some gameplay for next week. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Hey man, we went a little bit over the 2 hours, 30 minutes, but I mean, if we can stay around that 3 hour mark, I think everybody's gonna be fine with that. So we good.
Yeah, let a big topic hit. That 3 hour mark is gone, dude.
No, that will be up to the panel. It ain't gonna be up to me. It ain't gonna be up to Drunk Mega. I ain't doing that. Like somebody just tell me to shut the hell up, and then I'm like, you go to hell, and then I'll just get out of here. Anyway,
when we get our Mogwai moments,
Yeah. So I let everybody have their Mogwai moments. Tell people have it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for coming through. We're about to get the hell out of here. You know what? It is early, so that means if y'all gonna hit the spots, it's Friday night, man. You know what? I gotta live through y'all. You know what I mean? So what you do is out there, protect yourself, have a good time. Remember, don't mess with no woman with no dirty ass feet. You know what I'm saying? Because like my papa said, if they can't clean their feet, they can't clean their ass. Let's say that's I always take those.
If it smells like fish, you can't fry it.
No.
All
right, guys. Listen, go ahead and have a good time. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy that dance off pants off. Man, we are out. Peace. Let me hit this button. Now we set up my damn Steam Deck and I ain't even using it. Let's go. Let me hit this here right now.
We're calling it a Steam Deck.
Stream Deck. Sorry, I keep doing that. I know that's bad. Let's hit this thing.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.